got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about.
Well, after 18 rounds, we have sorted the major contenders for the 2022 Hills Football League Division 1 A-grade Premiership. And this weekend, the list will be culled even further. Yes, it's finals time here in the Calder Wild. Jeff Pistola here as we welcome everyone to the Saturday afternoon qualifying final action from KX Pilates Blackwood Oval, featuring Lobethal and Mount Barker. And interestingly, a repeat of last Saturday's streamed game, but this time a bit more at stake. And as you expect, the cream comes to the top for the business end of the season, and good to welcome the man of integrity who gets down to the coalface each and every week, Benny Goldfinch Georges. Good afternoon, Benny.
Oh, Pistol's great to be here. Case of deja vu, but today, real deal, qualifying final. Lovely conditions at the moment anyway. Track's a little bit firm, but no, very much looking forward to this clash. If it's anything like last week, we're in for a ring-a-ding.
Absolutely. Now, Benny, my spies tell me this man actually undertook a trip during the week just to gain some numerical meditation and clear his statistical focus. He's ready for the finals figures. He's Jaden J. Hill.
Pistols, great to be here, Goldie. Should be a cracking contest. Love finals footy. Yeah, should be a great game between Mount Barker and Lobethal. They've met 9 times since 1968.
Oh, he's gone further back.
He's gone early.
Yes. And the average margin between the two teams in finals is 36.7 points. And they played 2 qualifying finals back in 2000, where Lobethal got up by 31 points. And 2014, where Lobethal also got up by 30 points, Pistols.
Very good, Jaden. Set the tone already.
That's a good start.
He set the tone already. And of course, the Baron of button pushing in filming footy's community football coverage is here again. Ace producer Tommy Hills, as is master cameraman James Davis. And as usual, a big thanks for our worldwide Call of the Wild stream media sponsors. Of course, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, and of course HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, West End, Sports Powers, Sharon, the Courier newspaper, Rossdale Homes, MAC, and of course special mention of Closey Supermarkets, who are exclusively sponsoring our live stream of the HFL final series, together with associated support from Sportel, an SA company, Goldie, leading the world in the field of scoreboard technology systems.
And of course we're on Lofty 88.9 Adelaide Hills Community Radio, so get involved there at www.lofty.org.au to check out the information, and or Lofty 88.9 on your FM dial in the Adelaide Hills.
Now it's a big day, qualifying finals here. We're just watching, in the last 3 minutes of the reserves curtain raiser between Mount Lofty and Mount Barker. Mount Lofty Devils 6-7 leading Mount Barker 3-2, as I said, just inside 3 minutes to go here in the qualifying final in that grade. Now, as mentioned, gentlemen, a rematch of last week when the hosting Lobethal Tigers got over the line against the Barkers by 7 points. A good contest, but you feel both teams may have kept a few cards in the deck for a more important hand today. But I can let you know, Lobethal come in with one change from last week's game. Jack Stafford comes in, and Stevie Huxter drops out. And for Mount Barker, an unchanged lineup. We thought that maybe Billy Stokes might make an attempt to be fit, but we're told he may well bob up next week if required. So, he will be required to give and take whatever the result of this they'll be playing next week. Jaden, just your thoughts.
Yeah, it should be an interesting contest. The average margin in the qualifying final is 25.75 points, with the second place team winning on 5 occasions. This is since 2010, whereas there has been 12 qualifying finals. So the second place team has won 5 times, and the third place team has won 7 times. So third place team has the wood on this one, Pistols. So interesting to see if Mount Barker can really cause the upset against Lobethal.
Yeah, you find that because generally sometimes the second team, obviously finishing high, you think might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But on a few occasions, we look how they finished today. Lobethal finished on 28 points, because Harndorf on top with 34. Lobethal 28, and then they finished 2 games clear of Mount Barker, who actually Only got the double chance, third spot on percentage from the Ureda Districts, both finishing on 24 points. So, yeah, interesting stat there. Now, I can also inform you, Jaden, that Mount Barker have lost their most recent qualifying final appearances. They lost to Ureda in 2018 and Onka Valley in 2019. And interestingly, both those particular sides that won that qualifying final went through to the grand final in those respective years. So, but been a great effort by the Barkaroos to finish in the top three this year. They won the Wooden Spoon last year, so under coach Andrew Bruce, they've certainly made a big lift up the ladder. But Lobethal won the qualifying final in 2020 over Onka Valley, but absolutely towed up by Ureda last year, Goldie, if you remember, in that qualifying final.
Yes, they were. No, it's reasonable weather at the moment, Pistols. I'm just sorry for the vagueness in the response there. I was just looking at the heavens and checking out the weather forecast at the moment. Currently in the reserves, by the way, Mount Lofty leading 6-8 to Mount Barker 3-3. And so
8 seconds or so, it's just about to go.
We're about to go
in
there.
Fact, on cue. There it is. So Mount Lofty are through to the second semi-final where they'll play Harndorf, who they've beaten the last minor round. So Devils 6-8 have defeated Mount Barker 3-3. Jaden J.
And it's actually the first time since 2017 that the third place team has won the qualifying final in the B grade. Harndorf were the last team to do it against Uncle Pringa Valley back in 2017. So there you go.
Wow, so once again your theory about the third.
Yeah.
So although Devils finishing second.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if Mount Barker can cause upset against Lobethal. So
absolutely. Now we'll just take a look at the teams if we can get them up, because finishing a bit early, the teams are coming on the ground. We must mention the most important team, of course, the umpire stage central. Bruce Dawes, Adman Mickey Taylor, Benny and Scotty Bow, James O'Leary, Trade Diarcy and Steve George Dent doing the boundary work, and Max McLean. So 4 boys, so they'll be right up with the play. And in goals we have Ramon Mollier and Dylan Cameron. So now to the actual teams. As you can see, Lobethal up there on the screen. Just the one change from last week. Stevie Huxter coming out and Jack Stafford, number 55, coming in. But so Aidan Riley has gone with the side that held sway by 7 points last week, Jaden.
Yes, and if you remember when Lobethal defeated Uncle Pringa Valley, it was here at Blackwood in the qualifying final in 2020. And Aidan Riley, he had a great third quarter. Bit of tension between him and the Uncle Valley supporters that day as well. So interesting to see if the Pig Dog can have a good game against the Barkaroos today, Pistols.
Yeah, and it's amazing as it sounds. This year celebrating the 20th anniversary of their last premiership, of course, in 2002. Interesting, Mitch Carter out there today, number 11, because his father played in that side, was a key forward, as is Mitch in this particular side. So just be interesting in Lobethal, obviously that being the grand final a couple of years ago, but they look to advance to take on Harndorf, who finished minor premier, and of course having the week off in the opening round of finals in the Division 1 competition. So Lobethal Tigers, both sides out on the grounds. So we'll have a look at the Mount Barker Football Club. So there you go, Mount Barker unchanged from last weekend. So you can just see the Roos, who were very good last week. As I said, Jane, it was a bit of a difficult game to work out how it goes in context of the preparation for the finals, because either side couldn't go higher or lower, even though Ureda were challenging for that double chance on Mount Barker. They had inferior percentage, so you always thought even though Mount Barker lost, they were still going to hold third. So 7-point game, in fact, in front. If we look at it, it was close. Mount Barker got out the blocks with 3-2 to 2 points at quarter time. Lobethal hit back in the second term, mostly through the agency of Mitch Grigg. 6-4 to 5-3 at half time. They got their nose in front. Mount Barker 8-7, 8-5, so they turned for home with 2-point margin. In the end, Lobie getting over the top 11-9, 75 to 10, 8, 68. So entertaining game of footy, but as I said, you probably can't take much into this week's game on that form.
No, it was really the second quarter that opened the game up. Really, like 38 points Lobethal scored in the second quarter. It was actually their equal highest quarter score against Mount Barker. So it was really the second quarter that sort of opened the game up, and the Roos were sort of playing chasey, I guess, after that. But yeah, like you said, you can't really read too much into that. So
well, I'd suggest that going to last week, each side would know their opposition's strength
Yes.
You know, they played against it. It was the second time they played this year. This will be the third time they've met this season. So they're well aware of the strengths of each particular respective team. So there wasn't anyone who sort of they kept in cotton wool last week. So.
So it'll be interesting. The best quarter for Lobethal against Mount Barker is the last quarter, where they averaged 16.6 points. Where Mount Barker, their actually best quarter against Lobethal is the first quarter, where they average a score of 23.6 points. And like you said, Pistols, the first quarter Mount Barker, they scored 3 goal 220, where Lobethal were goalless. So interesting to see if Mount Barker can actually, outscore Lobethal. And the team that has won the first quarter has actually won the match in the last 4 qualifying finals. So there's a stat for you. So so it'd be
Very
interesting
good
to see.
stat.
It's be interesting to see if Mount Barker can cause an upset.
Absolutely. So, as I said, Lobethal held sway in the 2 meetings throughout the minor round. As the 2 skippers here are about to have the toss here at KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood. Sorry, bit tongue-tied there. So Alex Giorgio and Ross Brooks. So umpire Mickey Taylor doing the toss there. Ross Brooks has won the toss from Mount Barker, so they will kick to the clubhouse end. Those who know Blackwood Oval, or the right of your screen, or the right of your dial for those listening to us on 88.9 FM. So, all in readiness here for a good game, good qualifying game of football here in the Adelaide Hills. Been a pretty good comp, as Benny Goldfitch alluded to earlier when we came on there. The Oval, you can see a little bit patchy, a few mud patches, a little bit soft, but given the amount of rain that we've had, Jaden, in the last fortnight, they've been struggling to have ovals come up to the best of condition, but not too bad a nick.
No, it looks right. It looks good, as we see James Baywood coming up. I don't think he'll be starting. I don't think James Baywood will be starting off, as he's just getting some work on, I think, his fingers or something there, Pistols. But yes, Oval's in pretty good nick at the moment, so hopefully we'll hold up well today.
Indeed. And throughout the afternoon also we'll be trying to keep you in touch with the other big game this afternoon, because Country Division Football, which is the second semi-final minor, Premier Kangarilla will be taking on Gummaraka. So that should be a very good game of footy out at Kersbrook this afternoon, because Kangarilla finishing minor Premier last year, Jaden, and unfortunately going out in straight sets.
Straight sets.
So they'll be looking to at least go one better this year and make the big dance as they chase their first premiership since 2006, of course, coached by the great Wayne Stringer, former Glenelg premiership player, and also coached the Bays for a season.
Yes.
In their merry-go-round of coaches, as they had down there for a while. So as I said, we'll be keeping that up to date with that. And interesting to see our man, once again, Seth Hartland got the war paint on again, the zinc cream. As he comes to the bench, makes him easy to pick out, that's for sure.
Well, last week we thought it was a bit weird, but there was a bit of sun out at the Valley of Praise last week, so might be a bit of sun out here today here at Blackwood. So it looks
like, as I said, Hartland, Kupke and Ryan Babasi will be starting on the interchange. Looks like Riley Skinner also in that position for Lobe, and just a couple of others who've ducked into the dugout right alongside us. So all in readiness for the start here. What should be a pretty good qualifying final. 2 teams been pretty good form during the year. Lobe leading the head-to-head 2-0, but 7-point margin last week as we had them on the quarter wall, and here they are again at the business end of the season. So it'll be big Ethan Baxter, young man, up against Jimmy Braidwood for the Tigers. So Mickey Taylor holds the ball off. We're underway, qualifying final. First clearing kickers from Riley. Punching forward, his Groucho was so good last week. Ball intercepted here. Strong tackle apply. I think that was Banton, goes to ground. Peter Banton, and they paid a free kick for too long. So it looks like it'll be Lions. No, it's going to be Jamie Grouch. So pushing up towards 300 games of senior football for the Barkeroos. Been such a valuable service. So the G-banger goes long on the left foot. First inside 50, but cut off there by Braidwood. He's obviously got the grip on those fingers, as called by Jaden J. Hill, because that was a pretty good mark in the early stages. So he goes towards the outer wing. Out there, contest, ball comes to ground level. It looks like Skinner trying to get the hands free. Cooper Skinner, long sweeping head. Ball goes to ground. There's a chance for Basil Bruce. Around the corner. towards Wortley. Ball spills through. His Callens cleverly sold some candy. Got a handball away. Under pressure, the Roos move it forward. This time it'll be inside 50 and comes to Payne. Quickly moves the ball forward towards Hines. Body work there. Giorgio on Hines, and Alex Giorgio concedes the first score of the match, behind to Mount Barker. So ball comes out here towards Mitch. Greg grabs the ball. Shrugs off opponent there. A clever handball. It's a chance for Bell. Bouncing ball. Through for a minor score. So Mount Barker in the early stages, within the first 90 seconds of just 2 behinds as they kick towards the right of screen here.
So Alex Giorgio with the kick in. Just waiting for the umpire to give it a bit of a clean there, Pistols. Or maybe just checking the pressure of the ball.
Wow.
Well, we've changed over the balls early in the match, so there you go. So Alex Giorgio will bring it in here. Finally, kicks the ball in. Willie, handball over the top. Over to the tractor, Timmy Jenkin. He'll patrol from the half-back line. Kicks it out towards the outer side wing. Peter Bampton went up. Here's Jack Bampton. We had a good chat to his dad last week after a little bit of a miss in that third quarter. No doubt he'll be tuned in, I'm sure.
So ball up. Braidwood got it down to Greg. Strent got the ball away. Ricocheted off the opponent there. Ball held in at ground level, now to wing. Finally, holding the ball decision has been paid. Looks like it's going to go to Sammy Callens. Because they're reigning Murphy medalists is best and fairest, so Samuel Callens had a pretty good season once again as well. So sends the Roos back inside the 50-metre arc. Ball bounces clear. Taken away by Fuller. Got across to Stafford. Back in the side this afternoon. Good sweeping handball. Good vision there by Greg. Got the ball out to a teammate there. And the Sheriff. And Elliott comes back to Greg. He goes bang on the left inside 50. Jackie Baird then pumps the little legs as he gets to the front of the pack. He's under siege from Callens. Cuts assistance there from Cooper Luke for the Tigers out over the boundary line for the balling. So 3.5 minutes gone. Call to bring you the qualifying final from Blackwood. It's Mount Barker in charge, 2 behinds. Lobie yet to get on the scoreboard. So throw in. Braidwood. Leaper was Baxter. Gets the ball down. Looping was Luke. Got a handball out here towards Peter Bampton. Threading his way nicely through the pack there. It was Worthley. And delivers to Hines. Dropped what he should have taken. Got support there from Bell. Ball comes back towards Hines, but in the meantime, I think he's been paid illegal disposal against Ringer Bell. So Timmy Jenkin. So the pass skipper just chips it out wide. Finds Greg. Greg chips across the cricket pitch here, taken by Aidan Riley, the boy from Illawarra. There's plenty of experience there. AFL, HFL, and Sandford. Comes down to Jackie Bampton. Could have been taken high, but as you said, that's a normal occurrence for the little fellow. Umpire Bruce Dawes comes in and ball up. So deep inside 50 for the Tigers. So they go to left the screen. Greg just bursts through the ball. The Greg Meister General. And I tell you what, that's his value there, Jaden J, as he just shrugged through the pack. Knows where the goals is, and he's converted the first goal of the afternoon in favour of the Tigers. They're 1 straight, letting Mount Barker 2 behinds.
Yeah, sport on Mitch Grigg there. Obviously, had a great game last week. Lobethal 9 kicks to 7 in favour of them. Handball and count, they're leading that tally as well, 9-3. Marks 3-1. Inside 50s though, Mount Barker 3 to Lobethal 1. So Mount Barker's tackling pressure is pretty good though. Obviously, there's been a few free kicks their way with their tackling, so 9-2 in that tally.
So 33rd goal of the season for Mitchy Grigg. Not bad for a key midfielder, but as we said, just such a ball, and he knows where the goals are as he runs forward. So back in the centre, umpire Scott Bell sets it up. Ruckman go do their business again. Comes out into Callens. Feeds a handball here in the direction of Hallahan. Intercepted by Riley. Feigns a handball and goes in forward. Finds Peter Bampton. Bampton lifts the eye, puts it towards the top of the goal square. Chance for Carter. 1 grab, 2 grab. Balances the umpire, getting back there and walking across the line is Sammy Scuds, conceding the behind. So Lobethal move on to 1 to 2 behind. So ball comes back out in front of our corner wild filming footy broadcasting spot, taken off hands by Bruce. Hacks along the boundary line. First to get to be McWaters. He's under pressure as Payne arrives. Good tackle applied by Payne, close to the boundary line as you can see there. And our ground view shot, once again, good work by producer Tomia, bringing all the action. Good crowd in the house here at Blackwood Oval as the throw-in takes place.
Yes, it does. Greg, handball over the top to McWaters, under pressure. Tight on the boundary line, and Aidan Riley goes for a bit of a slide in the mud there. So boundary throw-in. Right in front of Coach Andrew Bruce and the coaching staff from Mount Barker. Another bit of a cleaner to Sharon from the umpire. Gets himself set. Throws the ball in. Centre wing. Braidwood in the ruck. Front position. Fists it volleyball style. Gets it to Peter Bampton. Looking for some support. Here's Jack Stafford in the lineup today. Kick in the middle of the ground. 1-on-1 contest. Good sport there by Lyons. Roaming beautifully with Collins. Unloads a bit of a barrel inside 50. As it come off, Mitch Carter dropped the mark. Tight inside 50. Good start from the Tigers. Carter goes for goal. Squares it off the side of the boot. How's the bounce? And it's gone through for a minor score.
Nah, out of bounds, in fact.
Sorry.
So Ross Brooks, who's pushing up towards 300 games. Handballs over the top. Chain of handballs here. Oh, fumbled there by Wortley. Coughs the ball up. Taken by Skinner. And this time sticking the Dukes out and making it stick is Carter. Mitchy Carter, I was going to say, Jaden J. A couple of marking attempts already. Perhaps he needs that grippo that Jimmy Braidwood got on post-match because he's put down a couple of... But that time certainly wrapped them up in the Dukes. So Mitch Carter, leading goal kicker for Lobethal this season with 58 in the minor rounds. Finished second to Darcy Hurricane, who bagged 65 in the goal kicking. So Carter, chance to raise his first of the afternoon, the second, going towards the left of the screen, the railway line end. He'll kick from just inside the 50-metre arc, lays back on the kick as it got the clearance. I tell you what, his teammate Cooper Skinner on the goal line says yes, so does the goal umpire. So good start here by the Tigers. As I said, they didn't kick a goal in the game against Mount Barker last week, but they certainly made amends here today as the Boots on the other foot at the moment, Jaden. That's their 2 goals and 2 behinds.
Yes, and Lobethal, great start here. 15 kicks, 14 handballs, leading those tallies where Mount Barker only have 9 kicks and 6 handballs. So the inside 50s, 4-3, pretty even in that contest, but Lobethal going well at the moment.
So umpire Dawes sets it up. Braidwood to leaper. Baxter, nil-all draw, I reckon. It was grabbed there by Bampton right in the centre circle, but held into him. Good tackle applied by Basil Bruce for the Roos. So umpire Dawes will come in and recommence play. So the 2 young men, Braidwood backhands it towards Bampton. This time that's a better clearance. Got it out the back door to a teammate. Drives it wide out here. And on the lead is Cooper Skinner.
Yep, nice flashy boots. Brought up the 100 against Mount Barker early in the season at the Summit. Kick towards the half-forward line. Pring. Strong mark. Maxwell, sorry. Half-forward line. So Jack Maxwell. He'll go long, strong, inside 50. Carter's 2-on-1. Gets front position. Greg Sharking tries to go the outside of the boot. Tight on the boundary line. Goes and gets it again. Show of strength. And the Rouge should clear here. Pistols towards centre half back. And Damasi takes the mark. And here's G. Bunga Grouch.
Yep, good work on the last line there by Scuds. As they work the ball on, they've coughed it up here. Stafford back in the side as Benny Goldfinch gave to McWaters. Deflected little handball. Mopped up by Luke. Comes to Cook, who started on the interchange bench. Gets the ball up here. Hacked forward there by Nixon. It's a chance for the Roos. A bouncing ball eludes Giorgio. He's got support from Mitch Jenkins. Goes to ground under pressure from Houlihan. Appeals for holding the ball. Decision notices the umpire. It's the Sheriff in their lead who mops up and finds Braidwood.
Yeah, big Jimmy Braidwood. Been an important player in this lineup this season with Brady Dornot there and Henry Voigt taking responsibility for the ruck load. He's got a fantastic mullet as well. And he'll go in the ruck here once again. Roos need a bit of a settler here. Braidwood dominating in ruck, featured in the best in the match last week. Here's Cooper Luke. Bit of dash, handball over the top to Auric. Tries to flick it on. Tigers go forward once again. Skinner. Here's Mitch Grigg. Sweeping handball sensationally on the non-preferred. Flying shot at goal. And it's a minor score, but the Tigers are up and about, Jaden. Good start.
They sure are. 22 kicks to 13, 6 inside 50s to 4.
So Lyons. Good to see him back out of interrupted season with Sturt last year of Osteta's pubis, but seems to have overcome that as he chips it out here towards Kupke, takes a mark right in front of the scoreboard.
Hopefully his brother will be back from skiing injury. Pistols, Phoenix, as we mentioned last week.
Nice timing. So, ball right in front of our broadcast here area on the interchange wing.
Oh, Jimmy.
Well read off hands there by Nixon. Hacks it forward for the Roos. Coming to meet it was Elliott. It's got support from Giorgio. He gave it back to Elliott close to the boundary line in the sand trap there.
Umpires all over it.
So the
Boundary umpires today, Pistols, James O'Leary, Shay Darcy and Steve George Dent. We got 4 boundary umpires.
Yes.
Max
yes.
McLean,
Got it
sorry.
all.
Three central umpires, Bruce Dawes, Mick Taylor and Scott Bowe. 3 of the best
As
in
we
the
said,
business.
mate, big game, big cast,
Unbelievable.
big men, big shorts. Ball comes out. Here's Braidwood. Got it out to Maxwell. Good to see him back in the later stages of the season. He's had a bit of an interrupted season. Ball comes out into Callans, gets it
It's
forward.
a free kick, Pistols.
Yes, it's got to go
Oh,
back.
sorry, yeah.
Got to go back. And
Ryan
looks like-
Babasi.
Yeah, man. Mason Ryan Babasi, who goes into league. Started on interchange this afternoon. So on the left, goes further afield looking for Houlihan. Good spoil from behind by Elliott. Getting assistance there from Riley Skinner in the about the long sleeves this afternoon. So out over the boundary line.
Well, Tigers have got some premiership winning experience from the SANFL days with the Norwood guys and also Aidan Riley at Sturt. So they know what's required. Boundary throw in inside 50 here for the Roos. Ethan Bell lurking. It'll be Damien Hines versus Braidwood and Ruck. Dangerous position here. It'll be held up inside attacking 50. 13 minutes gone. Lobethal. Good start. 2-2 leading Mount Barker 2 points. Sunshine here. KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood. Braidwood once again getting on top in the ruck. And we'll have another stoppage with Bruce Dawes, who did a good job on Sunday in the HFLW Grand Final.
Yes, and of course, congratulations to your Ada Districts coming from 4th spot after the minor round, so they come through the elimination final. Meanwhile, Callans, quick hands there. The teammate is
Houlihan, I think.
all wrapped up there by Fuller. Yeah, your Ada Districts beating Blackwood in the grand final by 2-goal margin, so well done to the girls, and the set umpire Dawes doing a good job. Tap out from Hines, what's in the pack situation, trying to steal it out was Houlihan, but in the meantime umpire Dawes has picked out a free. Looks like it's going to be Callans
Yes.
with the free kick. Goldie.
Two-time Murphy medalist with Mount Barker Football Club, loves his basketball, and if he wasn't another foot taller, if he was another foot taller, he would be playing in the NBA. So,
Wow.
passionate basketballer. It's a big call.
Not a renowned goal kicker this season, because obviously spending much of his time in the midfield. So here's Sammy Callans as Benny Goldfinch. Just a chance to get a steadier here on the Sportal scoreboard for the Barkaroos. Cute angle. I think this one's gone right across the face. In fact, it has through for another minor score. So, as I said, Sportal scoreboard. Barkaroos 3 straight behinds. Lobethal 2-2. And also special thanks to Closies for their support of the Call of the Wild finals coverage.
Giorgio will bring it in. Mick Waters ready to come back on the ground for the Tigers. Maybe they're implementing a handball policy from defence, Pistols. Because here's Stafford. He kicks the ball along the outer side wing. Good pick up there. Scuds. Paddling a ball along the boundary line was Kupke. Did well, the big man. At least got it to the outer side wing. Payne looking for a free kick, and the umpire goes that way. So Dale Payne will earn a free kick. The plumber. So Payne. High ball, inside 50, a few repeat forward entries. We'll get the stats that matter shortly from Braidwood. I was Jaden and Braidwood in the same sentence there. And it's held up inside attacking 50 for Mount Barker. Jaden, just those inside 50s?
Gee, thanks, guys. It's actually 6 each at the moment.
Good work there, Goldie. Bit of Sister Susie at the seashore. As the ball comes out here, here's Callans. Oh, he's dispossessed. It could have been a bit high from Riley Skinner, though, said the umpire. So, as you expect, pretty tough opening.
Pigeons, correct? Out there, having a good fetch?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pigeons of the day. Actually, a flock of them. So, ball comes out. Here's Riley. The boy from Billawai gets out to Cooper Luke, trying to tap it to a further field, but only found the boundary there. So, we'll have another boundary throw in. So, 15.5 minutes gone. First term qualifying final. On the Sport Hill scoreboard, it's the Tigers 2-2 leading the Barkaroos 3 behind. So, Hines gets it down. Ball comes back out here. Tackle applied there. It's on Hay, so once again umpire Dawes will come in and recommence play. So it's a scrappy play in this opening term, as you'd expect. Both sides feeling each other out. Tigers with the early advantage with 2 goals.
Last week it was 3 goals to zip at quarter time, the Roos ways, with Tim Damasi on fire. This time it's Lobethal with the first couple of goals to Greg and Carter. Henry Bruce with an opportunity to thump the ball inside 50 for the Roos. Houlihan's the target. He'll fly, or we won't. It's Jenkins taking a nice mark in defence. One of the best defenders. If we were going to do an 18 pistols or 21, he'd probably be right in there in the defensive 50 in that side.
Reigning Tony Lloyd best and fairest medalist for the Lobethal Football Club. Puts it out big leap there. Was Ethan Field. He played a very good game last week. It's still at ground level holding the ball in there. Yeah, very impressed with him last week. So umpire Bo, of course, returning from SANFL Rex this year back to the HFL. Good to have him. Oh, high leap there by Baxter. Ball comes down here to Grouch. Held to him by.
Can we have a look at that replay, Tommy? Just the youngster having a bit of a good leap.
Yeah. Young Mason Baxter.
In the meantime, Jamie Grouch is going to have a shot at goal. We'll just have a look here. Beautiful.
Sensational leap. Sign him up for the Commonwealth Games. High jump. That's another
rush behind.
Rush behind has been scored, so 4 straight behinds to the Roos.
Maybe a little bit of concern here, Pistols. Can we get the camera to the right, Tommy? Henry Bruce just holding that left arm.
There you are.
He's got it heavily strapped on the left there, and he doesn't look confident on that left arm.
It's just sort of hanging there at the moment, so hopefully it's just a stinger, as they say. Here's a
Meanwhile,
chance for Collins. Gets towards Jack Andrew Banton. Fumbles, good enough to lift the eyes. Puts
Skinner.
Towards
Good spoil.
Skinner, spoilt there. Ball spills free. First to get there will be Worthley. Gets the handball out wide to our man with the 6.
Has he got it on today?
Heartlands, yes he has indeed.
Terrific.
He must have known the sun was going to come out. Here's a chance for Houlihan. He's trapped nicely in the battle of the corresponding number 1s by the Sheriff.
Sheriff versus Bots. Bots Jr.
So, sun-blessed ground now Blackwood, so good conditions. Braidwood, a double-handed down to Collins. He gets up in it, gets his kick away. Here's once against Worthley. He's had a few touches early, gets a bit of a mung forward. Well trapped though.
Has he got a headband on? Thomas Worthley?
He has indeed. It's Jenkins, just making sure it's a tractor variety that Parker just held up there on the edge of the 50-metre circle. So 18.5 minutes gone. Lobethal in charge by a 10-point margin here on the Sport All scoreboard.
Be interested to see if that swing gets used today. Pistols
yes.
and Jaden's on the outer side.
Kid's probably still in the branch in the tree.
All right, in the middle of the ground, here's Cooper Skinner. I've liked his start to this match. Kick towards the centre-half forward. Malachi Lyons, how's the bounce? Didn't favour him that well. Handball over the top. Carter, how's the vision? Perfect. Jack Andrew could stroll in here. Put this one down for a goal.
Aha! I can hear he's dead. Andrew just jumping up and down from here.
How's about the bounce, though, for Malachi Lyons?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Sometimes football can be a cruel
Great work,
game.
Ben Pring involved as well with Mitch Carter and the finish from Jack Andrew. Never in doubt.
But Cooper Skinner, as he's called.
He started very nicely across that forward line for the Tigers. Floating down here, Jack Andrew. Good start to the qualifying final by him.
So time to go at the 19-minute mark of the first turn. Just gives them that little bit of extra break as they shrink the margin to 16 points here on the Sportel scoreboard. Here
Peter Bampton keen to get back on.
So, back in the middle, once again the leaper. Braidwood against Coopkey. Ball spills out here. Here's a chance for Marshall Howe. Ball held into him. Of course, past Sturt under 18 player. So, Coopkey in front position. Good work by Braidwood. Put it straight down the throat of Riley. Ball tunnelled forward. Here's Grigg. Field's not getting away from that.
Well, Riley and Grigg.
Could have been a case of Field of Dreams there as he tried to break past Mitch Grigg.
Good work. Braidwood, great ruck work. Got it to Riley. He's set upon in the tackle, not going anywhere. Umpire Bruce Dawes all over it.
As Jaden J said, I'd like to see the tackle count at the end of the quarter because Mount Barker certainly putting the pressure, but when Lobie are able to get the chance, the ball out in the open, they've just made them pay on the scoreboard, Benny.
Rucks go at it. Braidwood holding his ground, flicked it on to Grigg. Snap inside 50. Skinner around the action, brought it to ground level, went and got it again. Jack Andrew barrowing in there as you'd expect, and it's now 45 metres out from Lobethal's goal. Good start by them. 21 minutes gone. They lead in the qualifying final for 2022. 3-2 to Mount Barker, 4 points.
So, ruck contest. One down here. Brooks stolen away from him by Skinner.
Yeah, up a little free kick there, Riley.
A little bit gingerly, Cooper Skinner, as he wanders off, but the free kick has been paid here Benny said to the playing coach, Aidan Riley.
Of course, half time, we're going to have a chat to Matt Golding as Henry Bruce. Look at that left arm pistol. It's just hanging there.
Yes.
It's not looking good.
I don't think he'll be doing any Indian arm wrestles contests. So, Aidan Riley, opportunity here. Post an important goal for his side just prior to quarter time. Goal umpire leans back, but raises the 2 fingers. So Riley, 21-minute mark. So 2 goals in virtually 2 minutes here. So the Tigers just getting a little bit of a mini break. I know early days, but yeah, just means the Roos playing catch-up football here. 4-2 to 4 behinds on the Sport Hall scoreboard. Jaden J.
They're actually winning every tally here, apart from the tackling count pistol. So Lobethal 35 kicks to 23, 27 handballs to 12, 10 marks to 3, 10 forward 50s to 8, and a tackling count 30 tackles to Mount Barker, 18 to Lobethal.
As you see, the vice captain there for the Roos still on the sidelines, Henry Bruce. Hopefully he can get back out there. He's not looking good at the moment. Damasi kicks towards the half forward line. Jenkin, high flyer, Mitch variety. Ball's half forward line. Burrowing in, the deputy vice captain for the Roos, Ethan Bell. Extracting the digit beautifully there. Was that Peter Bampton? He's just come on the ground. Or is it Mick Waters? Sorry, Mick Waters. But Peter Bampton's just come back on the ground. So free kick here for the Roos. Desperately need one. Marshall Howe. Kick inside 50. High flyer there over the top.
Free kick being paid. I think it's going to
go to the Roos, is it?
Could be Damasi.
Well, I noticed Callum Hay was going for it, the big strong man, fitness. Let's have a look at this kick.
Houlihan, by the looks of it.
Jordan Houlihan. Okay.
Yeah, he was bundled out of the
Umpire
contest
was right
even
on
before
the
the
scene
ball
there.
arrived.
Umpire Bruce Dawes.
So 48 goals for the season, Benny. Leading goal kicker obviously for the Roos.
He only kicked 1 last week.
Only held to 1, yep.
Had a big haul against Nan during the season, kicked 6.
Spent some time in the ranks with the Bombers.
Took one of the marks of the year.
He took the VFL mark of the year. So 38 games in his time at the Bombers in the VFL. Nice kicking action.
Here's a beautiful
back.
kick of football.
Beautiful kick as called by Benny Goldfinch. So value for money there.
Well,
1 kick, 1 goal.
Needed that, Jaden.
That's the stat that matters.
Yes, exactly. And well done to Mount Barker there. 26 kicks to them, 35 to Lobethal at the moment. Tackling count still 32 to 18. Inside 50s, 10 each, believe it or not. So Lobethal have had the better run with their inside 50s, but well done to Houlihan to get his first and Mount Barker's first goal of the day.
I think played under 18 and also reserves premierships at Sturt before he went over to Eston, Benny.
Yep. Drafted the same year as Croydon. Is that right, Jade? Yep, I think so. Anyway, back in the middle. Jenkin. Giorgio. Grigg. 3 of the best in the Tigers lineup. Kick inside 50 from Mitch Grigg. Skinner. Well, he tried to go for the fly. Mitch Carter, beautiful pickup. Tried to get it to Collins. How's the feet? Not too bad. Gets on the left. Snap round the corner. How's the bounce for this one? Well, Mount Barker should mop up here through Malachi Lyons. Bounce favoured him, and that's a beautiful kick. Wouldn't expect anything less from one of the best defenders in the competition.
So
and,
Kupke
takes the mark.
Kupke nurses up the wing. The lead is on from Hines. Good mark. Sticky fingered mark by the big man.
Yep.
He's played some football in the north-eastern
Oh,
line. That's a good one. He put it forward to Hay. Hay breaks. Sun's out, so he's going to make some hay as he puts it forward. Bouncing ball close to the line, but the Sheriff diligently runs it across the line for another behind.
Good period for the Roos.
So they move to 1-5 to 4-2 on the Sport Hall scoreboard. Trust you enjoying the call to wild coverage through Closies.
Tractor gets it on to Jack Stafford. Good run. Oh, is that holding the ball? He dropped the ball to the ground. Oh, he comes through on Howe. Howe just managed to get a kick away. Grigg gets around him. Thumping left kick. Kicks it towards Cooper Skinner territory. Tried to collect it on the first go. That's a high tackle, and that's paid to Cooper Skinner. And I've liked his start to the game. Very lively.
We just saw 2 disposals that wouldn't be in the how to kick a football textbook. But anyway, resulting, as Benny Goldfinch says, Cooper Skinner. Of course, represented Australia in South Africa in junior football of all places, Goldie.
Collins will fly.
Oh! Once again, Nostradamus, Benny Goldfinch, just couldn't hold on to it. He needed that grippo, Jaden.
I saw him coming.
Want to see that again? Maybe not. Just quickly. Hartland
After
with
this
the
anyway.
coach East look with the war paint. So the throw in. Big leap there by Baxter. Got it down, stolen away by Peter Bant. It ends up here with Cooper Skinner. Has a pot shot at the goals, but on the last line of defence, it's actually walked it over for a minor score.
Keen to reload here, pistols from the kick out. So Malachi Lyons will go into the back pocket, finds Henry Bruce. As we said, maybe favouring that shoulder, the left side. Elbow. So he kicks it along the interchange bench area, past Lobethal's interchange bench. Giorgio's taken the mark. We've seen him drift forward a few times, kick some nice goals, just slipping over there as he tried to kick the ball.
He's getting a bit excited. The Squiddy's getting near the goals.
So Giorgio spent some time at Melbourne, Norwood. One of the Tigers' greats. Kicks towards centre forward, and I've talked him up, and that's not the best kick as Kupke goes Lobethal on the counter-attack to Hines.
Hines gets on the run here of Grouch. The G-Bang arches the back. Goes inside 50, open goal square. How about lurking his pain? Oh! Trying to get his boot to it. Here's Mitchie Jenkins. Just happy enough to walk it over the line for the 6 behind. Scored by Mount Barker. So,
oh, look, Squid's down this end of the ground. He's everywhere. Giorgio with the kick in. Short pass, finds Mitch Jenkins. Probably maybe a minute or so left, I reckon.
just saw that fly again there.
Look at all the birds. Anyway,
And a big back by Collins if he'd held it. Here's the Squiddies everywhere.
it's unbelievable. He's racking up the touches. So Mitch Jenkins. Well, not Mitch, it's obviously Giorgio. I thought he was going to go to Mitch. Braidwood flies over the top of Hay. Flicked on cleverly there by Zaddo. Oh, Peter Bantam, how's the hands? Tried to get it onto Zaddo, and it's got to be held up outer side wing. Interchange side of the ground.
So, nearly 28 minutes gone. So, long first quarter here. And
There we go.
Well, that's right on cue. Comes the quarter time siren. So, in the quarter wild coverage of the Division 1 Hills Football League A-grade qualifying final. It is Lobethal 4-3-27, leading Mount Barker 1-6-12. We'll be back with more shortly. Thanks to Closely Supermarkets and Sporters. Welcome back to KX Pilates Blackwood Oval and the Call to Wild filming footy coverage of the Hills Football League Division 1 qualifying final between the Lobethal Tigers, who finished second, and of course the third placed Mount Barker Barkaroos, and at the moment it's the Tigers. Pretty good start, 4-3-27, leaving Mount Barker just a single goal. Goals to the Tigers through Mitch Grigg, Carter, Jackie Bampton and the coach Aidan Riley, and for Mount Barker, Jordan Houlihan kicking their only goal late in the term. So pretty good opening term, as we said. Stats that matter, Jaden J.
Cheers, thanks Pistols. Yeah, great quarter there. Lobethal 46 kicks to 37. Handballs 32 to 13, also in favour of Lobethal, with the marking count 13 to 10 in favour of Lobethal. Inside 50s, really even, 13 to 12 in favour of the Tigers there. In the tackling count, 35 to 21 in favour of Mount Barker. Their pressure was really good, and so was Lobethal's, but Lobethal gave away a few free kicks with their tackles, but well done to Mount Barker there. That's actually the first time since the qualifying final here, Lobethal and Onkapringa Valley back in 2020, that Lobethal have won the first quarter in a final, and it's also their biggest first quarter final score since the prelim final against Achunga back in 2014. So they scored 32 in the first quarter in that game. They scored 27 here, so the biggest since then. There you go.
Bit of Sister Susie at the seaside there.
Yeah. Well, just trying to match Benny Goldfinch there. So.
Hey, for Sportal,
Yes.
go around the grounds, quarter time, division, country division, second semi, so the winner straight to the big dance. Kangaroo 2-3, leading Gumaraka 2-2. So
Yes, and Ironbank through to the grand final in the reserves. Pistols, they upset Kangaroo.
And the earlier reserves game here, the qualifying final, was Mount Lofty 6-8, defeating Mount Barker 3-3, and I think the Blackwood also winning the under 18s. So
Andrew Ozalekna tuned into us, sensational.
So, great conditions here. I think there was a bit of a worry during the week about the weather conditions, the ground conditions, but it's all tickety-boo, as they say here at KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood.
Well, Henry Bruce still in the midfield.
As you can see, a good crowd in the house, sheltered under the pavilion there. They're enjoying a good game of footy, because the winner of this to advance to play Harndorf in the second semi.
Half-time, Matt Golding.
Yep, and of course the loser fronting up next week against the winner of tomorrow's elimination final, which you can catch once again on the call to old. Benny Goldfinch takes into the second term.
Alrighty, let's see how the Roos go in this second term. Trying to pick it up is Peter Bampton. Eyes were darting. Kick forward by Maxwell with a barrel. Oh! Well, that was sensational. Aidan Riley takes a strong overhead mark.
I tell you what, we mentioned it last week when these two sides played in the closing wind around. Having Jack Maxwell back, it's only his fifth game. He missed a lot of footy through injuries, etc. But just having him back, he just adds that little bit of strength, Goldie. And that barrel there, and as you said, the coach the chance to kick back-to-back goals. Kicked the last one of the first term, could kick the first one of the second term here, Jaden J. Riley.
I loves it.
Beautiful.
Now, he missed the last part of the season, came back last week, just getting the body right for finals, Jaden, and that's a great start by the playing coach with 2 goals.
Yeah, great first centre clearance there by Lobethal. Obviously it was 3 each in that first quarter, so well done to Lobethal to get the early centre clearance there.
So just a little bit of info on Maxwell. Will kick the ball forward, as Pistol said, big bodied lead up forward, great finish in front of goals, hoping for a full year of consistent footy. Well, had a few injury issues, but good to see him back out there and kicking the ball there to Aidan Riley. So it'll be big Braidwood in ruck here, Pistols. He'll go head to head, wins it down. Braidwood, how's the handball from Grigg? Got it on Maxwell, kick inside 50. Picked up by Carter Todd on the boundary line. So we'll have a boundary throw in, no clear late kick. So boundary throw in, inside 50 here for the Tigers. First goal for them for this quarter to Riley. Skinner earns a free kick, does he? Holding on, and now we said we liked his start to the match, and he's earned a free kick here, and this would really start to put the pressure on the Roos. They trail by 21 points.
That's good hassle there, as he was moving the ball forward. But as you said, just infringed a little bit of jumper tagging. So Cooper Skinner has kicked 16 for the season so far. As I said, under 16 level, I think it was, Goldie, back in the day, and toured South Africa with a development
Great lad.
squad. So Cooper Skinner
Just missed that.
just missed that one, so through for a minor score, but still good enough to extend the lead for the Tigers. They move on to 5-4, leading Mount Barker 1-6, just inside 3 minutes second term here on the Sportal scoreboard. Qualifying final, Division 1 Hills Football League action. So the Roos bring it back out wide. Player out there. So they go long in front of the Roos tent. The Roos supporters. Off hands there. Lurking with Roscoe Go Brooks. The ball over the boundary line. So one of the Academy boys. I said 4 Academy boys today on the big stage. So Baxter versus Braidwood. Ball comes down front. Here's Bampton. Clever handball. Back to Fuller. Gets a clearing kick away. Bouncing ball. First get to be Jackie Bampton. Grabs the ball. Gets it back here. Teammate centres the ball. Racing on it was Wortley with the headband. Oh, good evasive work there by Bring. Got out the back door to Riley. Riley chips it out in open space. It's a foot race on. Going to ground was Field. In opposition had Oric. So it'll be Ethan Field with the free kick for the Roos. Back pocket area.
Trail by 22 points to Roos. Lyons takes the mark. Half back flank just around from the packed pavilion area. Eyes are darting. Kicks it along the interchange wink. Cup key over the top. In fact, that was Baxter. Giorgio looking for a free kick. Samuel Callens just flicks it out to Ethan Bell. Is that a free kick? Oh, no. Umpire Taylor says no. Kick forward for the Tigers. Jack Andrew could have been dealt with without the ball, and the umpire saw it that way. So Jack Bampton, under the nose of umpire Bruce Dawes, will have a shot at goal with Ethan Field on the mark. He already kicked one in the first quarter, and I'm sure Timmy Detractor's off. Here we go.
Give it to me.
Set play. And he's missed. Yeah, you can see the legs were pumping there. The guy's lit up. Goals in sight, and he's missed that.
So, Lions to bring the ball back in. Early stages of second term, all the attacking being done by the Tigers. Bruce, good to see him back out after he had a few issues with his elbow, shoulder area. So out wide. So just playing possession football as they go backwards to go forward. Back to where this ball started from with Lions. Goes across the pocket area, finds the zinc cream man in Heartland. Puts it up towards Wortley in the sleeves and the headband.
Nice.
Gets around nicely. Thought about having a bounce in, I reckon, but then goes long down the line.
Giorgio.
Bit of holding there. Hines and Giorgio went unnoticed by the umpire. Here's once again Worthley's running. Spins out
well
nicely
done.
like a top. Well played, then screws the ball back in nicely. Looking for a target up there.
Bell.
Ball come off hands. Peeling for the free kick there was Nixon. No to the umpire. So umpire Scott Bauer will come in. But sensational work out here by Tommy Worthley right in front of the broadcast area.
Assistant coach Trevor Jenkins really biting the nails, Pistols. Pensively over the coaching board. Of course, he does the work on the interchange bench. Aidan Riley out on the field for the Tigers. Mitch Grigg looking for some support. Oh, Cooper Luke could have caught one high there from Hines. He's on the mission, the big man. Giving away a free kick and puts Tim Jenkins in the coat hanger.
Actually, Cooper Luke pretty lucky there. Hines perhaps thought about with the bump, but chose to tackle, which did go high, but he could have done some damage with the body.
He goes to Grigg. Gets onto that left thumping kick. Kick in the middle of the ground. Peter Bampton. He kicks out towards the outer side wing. Holding his ground was Matt Fuller, last year's playing coach. Handball over the top. Kick inside 50. Right to the goal line. Mitch Carter at the back of the bus off hands might have scored with Ben Pring with the kick forward there for the Tigers. So both sides a little bit inaccurate. Roos are 1-6. Lobethal 5-6. 24 points the margin. 7 minutes gone in the qualifying final for 2022. Of course, Closey Supermarkets and Sportal. And we're on Lofty 88.9 Adelaide Hills Community Radio.
So ball out wide. Off hands there of how did I drop that?
Because we're on Filming Footy YouTube today.
The ball might have been wide when he actually tied the mark. So this will be Fuller. Goldie said last 2 seasons playing coach. Took him to a grand final.
Did indeed.
15 goals for the season. Still take his best kick here, particularly being a left footer. We'll split some time with the Western Bulldogs. So Fuller goes long to the top of the square. The leapers gather.
Carter.
And the one who leapt the best was Mitch Carter.
Good mark.
Jaden J.
Yeah, 15 kicks to 11 in favour of Mount Barker. That is now 8 inside 50s to 1 in favour of Lobethal. So they're just thrashing Mount Barker in that count, really. It was pretty even in the first quarter as Carter strolls into goal at the moment.
So Carter, you wouldn't expect him to miss it from there. No, he doesn't let you down. Sometimes you put the mockers on him, but straight through for his second of the match, and also brings up goal number 60 for him for the season. Benny, so you suggest a bit more football left for the big Mitch Carter in the major rounds.
Well, son of Premiership player Russell. I think you might have called him Russell a few times. That's all right.
At least once a game.
Last year's leading goal kicker, this year's runner-up behind Darcy Hourigan, as we see there, an enormous presence up forward and is an integral part of this Tigers lineup going for the Premiership, their first since 2002. Mount Barker looking for their first flag since 2012. Winner of this second semi-final next Saturday against Harndorf. Back in the middle, Tigers got the mojo up, 30 points up, 6-6. Mount Barker 1-6. Need a goal. Peter Bampton. Smack bang in the middle of Blackwood. Oval finds Cooper Luke as Tim Jenkins straight into the action here. He could be on the end of this as McWaters came off. Here's Tim Jenkins, loving it. Takes the mark, half forward line. So Jenkins will kick the ball inside 50. Long, strong. Carter will fly. Good work there from the Roos defence, and they clear the ball for the time being out towards the half-back flank.
Yeah, high bouncing kick from Howell. Closing in on it was Hallahan. Just the boy, he spent a lot of time at Shepparton, but Fuller once again, and Mitch Grigor dropped, coughs up what he should have taken, good enough to recover, goes to ground. Ball held in there. I'm sure Mitch Grigor a little bit, well, he did win in the end.
Roos need a lift here, Pistols. This is dangerous time for them.
So Mitch Grigor merging with the ball, but could have made it so much easier by holding that mark. But in the end, his pressure won the free kick. That's the Mount Barker defender there. So Mitch Grigg, certainly not beyond his capabilities, has kicked 33 for the season. Kicked the first goal of the game at the 4-minute mark. Long left foot. Offline, got the distance okay. So the Tigers already 2-4, as you said, Jade. They can really put this game to bed. Not that they're not holding an interesting lead at the moment on the Sportal scoreboard. 6-7 plays 1-6, but a bit inaccurate.
Yeah, they sure have been. 10 inside 50s to 1, so that's the count that's really catching my eye at the moment.
So the ball's on the outer side wing. 11 minutes gone. 31 points to margin. Tigers. Could have been more. Ball comes out here. Oh, just a little bit free kick, is it?
Yep, Riley.
Aidan Riley, meantime. Playing coach. Finds Greg. Getting plenty of it. Greg gets onto that trusty left foot.
Oh,
Trying
Oric.
to get there. Oric, as he got it on the second bite, he has.
Very good,
laser-like pass there from Mitch Grigg. Wouldn't expect anything less. And Oric takes the mark inside 50 for the Tigers, and he's pretty confident here. He's put the mouth guard in the sock. How's the laser-like cast here? Bang, bang.
Yeah. Keep your eye on the ball. Great example of it there. So Oric, 8 goals for the season, Benny. So Crumming small forward, playing his role well. So he'll be looking to further extend the Tigers' ascendancy at the moment in this qualifying final. High kick. Once again. So 2-5 is the return in the first 11.5 minutes of the second quarter.
Hey, Jaden, do you have that stat from the last time these two sides played in the qualifying final from 2014?
14. Yeah.
I think on that occasion the Roos kicked 820. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just got to make the most of your chances here in the final. At the moment, Tigers on top, but Roos have finished third for a reason.
Good performance, I said, bottom of the pile last year, so playing off in the qualifying final just shows their improvement. Going to ground there to Macy, I think it is. So former Nuri up the boy. Ball comes out the pack, just styling out the back like a rugby pack was Callens, puts it forward. Leap there by Payne. Good defensive work putting there was Mitch Jenkins. Oh, crashing his way at ground level. Was Stafford.
Yeah.
Fuller appealing. You got to be choking, umpire. But the resultant free kick goes to Jordan Houlihan, who's kicked the only goal so far for the Roos.
Yep, with the Till boots, it looks like. Lime green, kick inside 50. Hines will be the target. Tigers defence desperate. Ball bobbles around near the goal square. Oh, good work. Sweeping
Collins.
handball by Collins. Fuller. Kick out of the defensive 50. Trying to get it onto the Sheriff. Callens collects the ball, usually a good user, and that's a lovely pass, centering pass to Dale Payne, and he's one of the Barkaroo's best forwards and would be confident of kicking this goal here.
Kick 3 against the Tigers last week. Currently has 33 for the season, so you said yes, it could be in good hands here. As, they really need a steadier. The last goal coming at the 23-minute mark of the first term. We're now, as you can see, 13 minutes gone second term. So they just need a steady here. So Dale Payne sets it on its way. Co-umpire moves a little bit, looks
Well done.
skywards, but I think he's going to salute the judge. Yes, indeed. So Payne getting a much deserved goal and the first score of the second term from Mount Barker. So they move to 2-6, trailing Lobethal here on the Sportal scoreboard. Jaden J.
Cheers, thanks Pistols. So that's their third inside 50 for their first goal there, Mount Barker. So 21 kicks to the Roos, 24 for Lobethal. So that tally is pretty even. The marking tally is 9-8. That's also even. So the tackling count though, 9 tackles to Lobethal, 8 to Mount Barker. In the first quarter, Pistols, Mount Barker's pressure was really good. So it'll be interesting to see if they can carry that through.
Back in the middle, Braidwood won that down. Is that Hay? Got it out to Damasi. He's a danger player. Kick inside 50. Hines is the target. Backing back, it missed Jenkin. Dropped the mark, but at least cut it off from the Roos attacking forward. And umpire Scott Bowe comes in, or it's umpire Mick Taylor, sorry, comes in and will throw it up. Inside 50 for the Roos. Starting to settle a bit here. Trailing by 26 points. Stafford desperately trying to work the ball out of the fence. Sheriff just hacks it off the ground towards the interchange bench. Oric, good use of the body. Against field, Grouch. Here's Luke. He flicks it on to Collins. In turn to Skinner. Good movement. Collins. Champagne footy here from the Tigers around the contest. Kick forward. Carter. Over the top of him. Fist towards centre half forward area. Oh, here we go. Roos are on. Middle of the ground is Ryan Babasi.
Yeah, Ryan Babasi. The hyphen puts it out to the zinc cream man. Hartland handballs back to the run of Hay. The pass Salisbury North boy puts it forward. Coming to meet it strongly is Stafford. Yep. Follows up the tackle. Bruce good enough to get the ball back towards Payne. Little dinky kick around the corner. Misses the target. Good pressure applied there by Giorgio. Riley also boosting to the fence. Gets it across here to Cooper Luke, the racehorse. Arches the back. Puts it up here towards Pring. Pring grabs the ball. He looked for the option. Yes. Gives it off to Collins. Champagne movement here by the Tigers. Puts it forward. Open goal square. Carter, can he get there? He'll go Baker through. And coast to coast work by the Tigers. Great passage of play there.
Sure was. Well done to Carter. Great soccer goal there in the end. So 29 kicks to 26 in favour of Lobethal. 15 handballs to 2, I'm pretty sure, in favour of Lobethal. But inside 50 count. 13-5 in favour of the Tigers as well. So that was a great coast-to-coast play, as you said, and yeah, great goal to Carter.
Yep, we picked it up from the midfield, but as I said, Riley was involved, Giorgio in defence, and just the run and confidence the Tigers have once they get that running game going. They're pretty hard to stop. Won't say unbeatable because no one is. So umpire Taylor back in the centre will recommence play.
Good break here for the Tigers as we head towards the 17-minute mark. Danger period in the match for the Roos. Need another settler. Howe kicks the ball forward for Mount Barker. Not the best delivery. Looking for Damien Hines. Mitch Jenkin mopping up as per usual. Half back line. Well, this time in the back pocket. Finds Tim Jenkin. He goes long and strong. You just get the feeling as though the Tigers are starting to roll here with some strong movement. Here's Stafford. He got the ball from Skinner. Kicks the ball forward. Carter's the target. Brought the ball to ground level, looking for some crummers, or is he going to go himself? Here's the crummer. It's Jack Andrew Bampton. Oh,
you're quite right. Good call there, Benny Goldfinch. When the ball come in, they just need that crummer perhaps in a little bit closer because Carter, if he's not marking, he's going to bring the ball to ground.
Just around from the point post here.
Don't forget half-time. Good interview with a man who's lining up for the Premiership defence here this afternoon, watching who he might be playing next week. Ball spills out. Here's a chance for Grigg. Kick is deflected. Goes out across over the line. So it'll be Sammy Scudds brings the ball back in for the Barker Roos.
Now, of course, the loser will play the winner of Uradler and Blackwood tomorrow in the first semi-final, which will be next Sunday. Braidwood having a bit of a break. The big man, there's Peter Bampton back on the ground. A few changes going on. Collins off the ground at the moment. Sunshine here, KX Pilates Oval, qualifying final 2022. We're on Filming Footy YouTube today. Rucks go at it. Skinner over the top. Houlihan coat hangered. Ooh. And that's the way umpire Scott Bowe sees it. So Houlihan down in the defensive half of the ground, kicked the goal. One of 2 goal kickers for Mount Barker. Umpire says move it on. McTaylor calling it there. Kicks it towards the outer side wing. Good front and centre work from Howe, I think it was. Half forward line for the Roos. Ethan Bell back into the lineup recently. And umpire Bo says I'll have it about 70 metres out from Mount Barker's goal. Desperately need a bit of momentum here as we head towards half time.
So, Ruckjewell, Hines flicks it out. Riley involved as well. Jimmy Jenkins gets that into Stafford.
Starting to roll.
Go back here, so they go.
Oh!
Here's Bampton, quickly gives it on to Carter.
Showtime.
Nothing ahead of him, Will Cook.
Oh.
And in the end, he's hit the post.
Collins barking instructions.
So, barking instructions, you might hear in a special effects mic, as comes out here to Seth Hartland. So, Hartland with the ball. Puts it out wide here to Bruce. Give him a contract as there's 2-on-1. And Wader Numbers wins out as Carter takes mark. Waste no time as he centres the ball to Cooper Luke, who's drifted just on the edge of the centre square. He in turn's got a loose man out wide and puts it out to Fuller, right on the edge of the 50-metre square, and a proven goal kicker. As we know, 15 for the season this year, but he's kicked a few in the past for Nord and also the Western Doggies in VFL competition. So.
Few Mount Barker players here, Pistols just with the hands on the hips, just breathing in the big ones. Tigers start the roll here as we head towards half time. So Matt Fuller from outside 50. Tom Worthy throws a bit of glass at him as he has a kick for goal, and he's kicked it anyway. So the Tigers rolling here in the qualifying final. They go to 8-9, Mount Barker 2-6. Got the tails up. 20-minute mark.
I tell you, this takes you back to almost 12 months ago, boys, when we did the qualifying final where you raided it. Absolutely towed up Lobie in this qualifying final. And, well, does history repeat itself, except the boots on the other foot this time. And, well, Lobie heading for a big win over Mount Barker, Joe.
Yeah, the inside 50 count, 16-5. So that's where it's all being won at the moment, really. The kicking count, 41-33, also in favour of the Tigers. So all done to Lobethal at the moment.
Cooper Skinner in the ruck. Braidwood, I think he's still on the interchange, Ben. Skinner again, had a great game. Got it to Riley. That's in the back.
Nice charging off the back of the square there, G Banger.
Well, he had Mitch Grigg in his sights.
Yates style.
So Mitch Grigg looking for a bit of action across the wing. No, he's not. It's going to go. Oh! That's lucky. Okay.
Swarming the ears up.
So Matt Fuller, goal kicker, smack bang in the middle of KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood, goes to the pocket area. Carter, good work there by Roscoe Brooks. Dangerous position still for the Roos, desperately trying to clear it. Grouch was the target with that handball. Grigg's got his eyes on it, but eventually the Roos will clear.
Yeah, Hartland with the ball puts it out wide, finds a teammate out there in Nixon, the former Hope Valley boy. What's on offer, goes up the line, gets to Hartland, who's run on nicely. So Seth Hartland with the war paint on. What's on offer, not a lot, so he nurses it up the line. And up there for a teammate, taking a pretty strong mark out there. Mr. Macy wheels around on the left, centres the ball towards the top of the square. Good defensive work by the Squid and Giorgio. Here's Riley once again getting involved. Ball comes out into Giorgio. Here's Grouch again, just charging his way through. This time Fuller's repaid the compliment. Just rides him into the ground, says, anything you can do, I can do better.
Half forward line for the Roos. Scott Bow, Braidwood back on the ground. Peter Bampton just having a bit of a break.
Moving out the mud pole. Umpire Bow.
Don't mind that. So we move a little bit further out from goal. Hines versus Skinner. Cooper Luke tried to get it to Riley. Hines got it. Interception Callens. Braidwood put the mid in. Stopped that handball going to the intended target. Big man still going at it. Meantime, ball flicked out. Kick forward for the Roos by Hartland.
Oh, Fuller, another strong tackle. Certainly shows experience there. It's Hartland caught up there, right on the boundary. So Matty Fuller kicking goals, laying tackles, doing it all, as are Lobie at the moment as they lead 57-18 on the Sportal scoreboard.
Half forward line here for the Roos. Grigg got it on to Fuller. Into space to Luke. Sweeping handball to Oric. Grouch is on the mission, isn't he? Meantime, Callens.
Oh, that's
That
got
holding
to
the
be.
ball? Yes, it is.
Yes,
Good
yeah.
tackle by Cooper Luke, and just lets Callens know about it as well.
Yep, cameraman James Davis right down the barrel of the lens here. And
Aidan Riley having a bit of a chat to Callens.
great decisions. A few interchanges. Kupke comes off and also Bell for the Roos. So ball goes forward. Oh, that's
Oh,
a strong
strong.
mark taken by Mitch Grigg.
Oh, that's
And
tripped.
that could be
That's
50.
50.
It
Thanks
suggests
for
that
coming.
is really silly play. Callum Hay, why saying, what's that for? Well, look
Yeah.
at the replay, mate, and you'll find out. So Mitch Grigg will be advanced to point blank range and will just
Silly play.
increase the margin even further. And that's a coach killer. Coach Andrew Bruce would not be happy with that, that's for sure. So Mitch Grigg, chance for his second, kicked the first goal of the game. He'll now kick the 11th and the 9th for the Tigers.
JJ Hill.
Cheers, thanks guys. So 47 kicks to 37, 18 inside 50s to 6. Marking count is 19 to 13. So the tackling count, Mount Barker are winning that count. 23 tackles to 22, but yeah, most of the tallies at Lobethal's way at the moment. So
All right, smack bang in the middle of KX Pilates Oval is umpire Mick Taylor. I'm having a bit of trouble with Scott Bowen, Mick Taylor. Similar sort of back sort of look, Pistol.
Mick's a younger one.
That's right. So young Mick Taylor throws the ball up. Braidwood in the ruck decisively wins that one. Henry Bruce tried to flick it on to Houlihan. He kicks the ball forward. Intended target was probably himself if he was down there. Kick by Hines into the pocket.
Foot race.
Mitch Jenkins will mop up here with some support from his brother. And he just rushes it through for a minor score. And the Squid just flicks the ball around, and eventually Timmy Jenkins brings the ball back in. Braidwood put the mid up. Here's an opportunity for Mount Barker. Late in the second quarter, kick forward.
Worthley, yeah.
Worthley with the delivery, and a desperately needed shot at goal here for Mount Barker.
Nixon. Chris Nixon joined the club from Hope Valley.
First year at the football club, as you said, Pistol. Moved into the area and works locally as a carpenter.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to chisel a goal out of this one, Goldie. They badly need it. Sets it on its way.
He's missed.
He's missed.
Can't afford that when you're trailing by 45 points.
So 9-9 to 2-7 on the Sportal scoreboard. And also thanks very much to Closey Supermarkets, great supporters of Hill Sport and great supporters of the Core of the Wild filming footy finals coverage. So ball to be put back into play by Giorgio. Runs a distance, puts towards the broadcast side. Target
A lot of
Collins.
good marking out there. Strong marking.
So Jacob Collins spent some time for Nord, gave off to Timmy Jenkins, gets to the centre. Here's Hay. Oh, rolling pins there as he crashes past McWaters.
Henry
Ball held
Bruce
up.
not looking good at all. Pistols in defensive 50 at the moment from Mount Barker, carrying that left arm.
Yes, that's a shame. One of their prime movers in midfield, and yeah. Here's Worthley, gets back to DeMacy, gets a handball back to the G-banger, and
Good,
Grouch goes
good.
forward. Good mark taken there by Nixon, who's working into the play.
So Nixon, centre half forward, not long left in the third term, and finds Payne. One of a handful of goal kickers for, well, not a handful, 2 goal kickers. Houlihan and Payne have kicked 2 goals. Here's Andrew Huxter. Just popped on the scene to our left here.
Yes, I noticed him before. It's best I've seen him move for ages.
say it's moving. Yeah.
So Payne kicks the ball from half forward line, and it's fading to the left. Minor score for the Roos.
Gee, they can't buy a goal at the moment, the Roos. Just they need that there. 2-9 to 9-9. So 7 straight kicks the margin, Benny.
Matt Fuller and Aidan Riley having a bit of a chat here at ground level. Good men to... Oh, there we go. So that's half time. Riley having a bit of a chat to Jenkins. So half time, Lobethal in the box seat, the qualifying final for 2022. Winner will play Harndorf in the second semi-final next Saturday. Lobethal 9-9, Mount Barker 2-8. Don't go anywhere. We've got a chat with Matt Golding coming up at half time.
Welcome back here. Half-time Division 1 Hills Football League qualifying final. It's the Lobethal Tigers well in charge. 9-9 to 2-8 or 2-9. They're just sorting that out, the goal umpires. Oh, wait, see, it must be 2-8. So, whichever way you look at it, it's a 43-point margin here, Jaden J. Hill, in favour of the Tigers. As we said that last year, corresponding game, it was Ureda taking the Tigers to the sword. And on this occasion, Lobie looking for that second semi-final berth are certainly all over Mount Barker. They led 4-3 to 1-6 at quarter time, and then during that term have added another 5 goals, 5-6 in fact. If they'd kicked straight, it could be well truly dead and buried, and the Barker is just kicking 1 goal too. So as we said, well on top Lobethal Tigers with the stats no doubt as well.
Yeah, they sure are. So 51 kicks to 43 in favour of Lobethal. 18 inside forward 50s to 8 in favour of Lobethal. But Mount Barker were pressing late in that quarter, Goldie. So well done to Mount Barker there, evening up that tally, I guess. But Lobethal still won that by 10 inside 50s. Tackling count 29 to 26 in favour of Lobethal, and marks 20 to 16 in favour of the Tigers, and handballs 27 to 13. So Lobethal's score of 63 is actually their highest halftime score in a final since 2010. So there's a stat for you boys. So I'm trying to research the highest halftime score in a qualifying final since 2010, and Lobethal might have done that as well. So there you go, big first half by Lobethal.
Absolutely. And as we go around the ground for Closely Supermarkets and Sportel, we can tell you half-time Country Division second semi-final, because the winner advancing straight to the big dance. Gumaraka 4-6, leading Kangarilla 3-6. So at quarter time it was Kangies 2-3 to 2-2, so Gums have sneaked ahead by the 1 straight kick. So as they say, Goldie, a bit of a ring-a-ding-ding happening out there at Kersbrook Oval, so we'll keep you up to date with that. So as we said, Gumaraka 4-6, leading Kangarilla 3-6. And here at KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood, it's the Lobethal Tigers 9-9, leading Mount Barker 2-9. They have adjusted it, boys. Yep. So there you go. We were right. So, okay.
All right.
All right, now, Goldie, as usual, you're out and about, and of course one of the most interested onlookers here this afternoon would be the coach of Harndorf in Matt Golding, who's obviously guided them to another minor premiership, so they will play the winner of this game, unless there's a remarkable second half. You suggest Lobethal Tigers will be matching up again against the Magpies, but just take a seat.
I better go to it now because it was a 1-minute chat. So
Matt Golding with Betty Goldfit, so take it away.
All right, we're here, KX Pilates Oval in Blackwood for qualifying final day, Mount Barker versus Lobethal. Well, Harndorf Football Club, top of the tree, 1 loss for the season. Matt Golding, 4-time premiership coach of the Magpies, joins us ahead of today's game. Matt, thanks for joining us. Firstly, we'll start with today's game. Mount Barker up against Lobethal. Your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, look, should be a great contest. Obviously, last week they played each other at Lobethal, and you guys saw that, and it was a pretty sort of tight contest. I think Lobethal by a goal and a bit right at the end, but I think I watched it back and both teams had their moments and some sort of momentum. So I guess who can keep that the longest, I guess, probably wins today, but I expect it to be pretty close again. So it should be good to keep an eye on at the Sabo.
For sure. And just from a neutral standpoint, maybe strengths of both sides, starting with Mount Barker. I mean, fantastic achievement, firstly, to come from bottom into the top 3 this year.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, obviously they've added some guys, which I think really helps them. I think they've got probably more balance over the ground. So I'm not sure they've got a real specific strength. What they have got is no real weakness. So I think sort of, forward, Hines and Houlihan, obviously pretty handy forwards. Payne back in the team gives them another presence and another look around the goals. Through the midfield, obviously pretty strong with some of the guys through there, Henry Bruce and those types, and then down back obviously pretty strong, and Mal Lyons back in the lineup, catching a lot of footy, Grouch rebounding, so I think they're pretty well balanced all over the field. So I'd say there's no real no real weakness. I think they're pretty even across the ground, Mount Barker. Yeah.
And you've had two cracking games against Lobethal, the Courier Cup and the one under light. So your thoughts on them? Obviously brought in some handy players this year.
Yeah, they definitely have. No doubt about that. So obviously played them twice out there, round 4, night game. To be fair to them, it probably could have easily gone their way. I think we were maybe 10-point winners. They missed some shots late in that game, so that could have gone either way. And then I think it was the Courier Cup at Harndorf, really tight for 3 quarters. That last quarter we probably put together our best quarter for the year, I think. Didn't kick real straight, but we really got going in that last quarter. But yeah, look, they're a really strong team. They've been strong for a couple of years now at least, and they've added some real top-end quality with Grigg and Bampton. So they're guys to watch, no doubt about that. I don't think we've seen Peter Bampton yet. He missed both of the home and away games against us, but I've obviously seen some vision and know what he's done at Norwood over the years. So yeah, he's a guy we need to watch next week if it's Lobethal, but we'll find out today who that is, I guess.
Firstly, congratulations, reappointed as coach for next season. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, I guess pretty sort of natural. Like, there's no reason to leave. I really enjoy it. Got a really good sort of connection with most of the guys and not just the players, but the sort of committee and the support staff around the club. So no reason to leave. Enjoy it. We're going reasonably well, and I think the future looks pretty bright as well, with possibly some guys returning, some kids coming through, and then trying to retain that core bunch of guys we've got in the squad now. So if we can do all 3 of those things, then it looks relatively, I guess, positive for years to come. But having said that, obviously the focus is the block in front of us now, starting with next week and then building hopefully for another fortnight after that. So yeah.
If we're going to look at the year or the minor round campaign, obviously the finals are separate, but the minor round campaign, what's been the story of Harndorf for this season in your eyes in the A grade?
Yeah, look, I guess I think pretty much, again, sort of even over the park. Like, I think our midfield's probably our strength, but our back end's held up really well. Hasn't leaked, big scores at all, and our defence still stacks up really well. And then our forwards, I guess, just that sort of range of goals we're getting from Cooper Hoff, from Cooper Nykamp, Ben Salt when he's down there, Xavier Parker-Bors, some mid-kicking goals as well. So it's just a real, I guess, even effort across the ground. I think that's probably been the standout. There's no real heavy reliance on 1 or 2. Sure, we've got our better players generally through the midfield, but even contributions from 20, 21 guys most weekends gives us a good chance of getting the result we want, I guess. So that's probably been the feature, I think.
Some of those younger guys will get a taste of big time finals football over the coming weeks. Can you give us a little bit of insight into the way they operate, because they come in like Clemens and Peddlers and those sorts of guys?
Yeah, it's a good question. I guess the thing, I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but these guys that have played juniors at Harndorf for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, they don't know anything different other than playing right through to that last game of the year, and that's just the way it's been, given the program and the strength of that program over the last 10 or 12 or even longer, Ben. So I guess, as a general rule, people kind of do what is expected of them, be that work life, footy life, or whatever, and these guys just have that expectation that that's what it's going to be. So they've sort of come in and haven't been overawed, all of them. They've kind of played their roles. Harry Peddler's been really impressive as a kind of third forward, really dynamic, sort of his agility, flies for his marks, but then the other side of it is his defensive pressure's been outstanding. So just trying to retain that footy down in our forward lines. Other young guys have come in. I think Jack Clemens played the last maybe 8 or 9 or thereabouts and looked comfortable across half back and done some good jobs across half forward as well. So yeah, these guys, we play the same system sort of in the B grade as the seniors. So the guys coming in, they're not learning anything new. It's just everything the same, bar it's a bit quicker, bar you've got a bit less time with the footy. So so far so good. Hopefully they've got a few more good games in their locker.
Ideally, he'd love to be out there. The skipper, Sam Williams, we had him on our show the other night, and a lot of feedback how impressive he is as an individual, and just giving plenty of his time the other night as well. Disappointed, but he's still going to obviously play an integral role in this finals campaign for you?
Yeah, definitely. Look, very disappointed. He's number one, like you said, mate. He's a ripping fella, first and foremost, and he's been one of the premier midfielders for the last few years in the Hills League. Had a really good interleague game and sort of helped us get the win that day at Murray Bridge. And look, last year sensational this year, been really, really important as well. Not just around clearance and winning possessions, but also, hitting the scoreboard as well. So we'll miss him, there's no doubt about that. You can't shy away from that. And look, really positive guy, so he wants to be involved and keep an eye on the midfield stuff throughout the finals. So yeah, he'll play a role. Not the one we hoped he would play, of course, but obviously, yeah, look, still involved, a great person, great club person. So he'll be back bigger and stronger than ever next year, I'm sure.
Does it look like Jasper over there? That's not Troy. Anyway, no, go on, look there. Dan Roberts, in the meantime, has stepped up as A-grade captain. Yep. I mean, he played his 150th a couple of weeks ago, looking for his equal club record with Scott Perling of 7 A-grade flags. Nice guy to come in as on-field captain.
Yeah, look, it's pretty easy choice, really. Dan sort of leads anyway, and team meetings, he's happy to sort of chime in with his thoughts. So pretty natural. He'll sort of talk to the guys and address the guys, without thinking too hard about it or being too stressed about it. And leads by example. Been around the place for a number of years, like you said. Got some league footy under his belt and some good footy in town, and then, like you said, 6 flags in the hills is a pretty good effort. He's quick to remind us he got one at St Peter's as well. So yeah, look, he's been a great player for a long time, and hopefully we can get another 2, 3 if we need it games out of Dan. That'd be really good. And
just rounding it out, the Standard of the Hills Football League this season, you've been involved for a few years now. How have you seen it this year?
Yeah, I think it's great. Just by the guys who are attracted to the league. So, you add guys like Grigg and Bampton and those guys, and there's other examples through the other teams as well. I know Achunga did really well with their recruiting drive with the guys they got in, Agnew and Rate and Richards and those types. So guys coming out of Sandford, it's, we get more than our share in the Hills League, and I think that helps build the standard. So that's the top end part, and the other part is the kids coming through and progressing from the underage sides. I think, do a really good job as well. So standard-wise, look, hard to know exactly, but I'd suggest it's right up towards the top of the tree in terms of the country footy leagues around SA.
Terrific. Well, Matt, all the best for next week. You play the winner of today, Lobethal and Mount Barker in the second semi for a direct passage into the grand final. All the best for it.
Thanks, mate.
And welcome back to KX Pilates Blackwood Oval as we're 10 seconds into the second half here. Thank you very much for Matt Golding for his, as usual, insightful thoughts. As Mount Barker early into attack but repelled, as was the case in the first half, by the Tigers. The defence ball comes out here to Braidwood, gets on the run of Cooper Luke.
Nice.
Already starting to set up that run they had in the first half as Fuller is using the voice nicely to take intercept mark now in front of DeMacy. So as we said, inside the first 30 seconds of play, Tigers leading by a exact 7-goal margin here in the qualifying final. Tip the ball forward to Maxwell. As I said, good to see him back in the later half of the season as the Tigers mount a solid bid for their first flag since 2002.
They do, Pistols. Giorgio's got the a customary headband on. It's the
maybe turned the rugby union's on tonight. He said the front
row
headband.
That sort of mindset. In the middle of the ground, Braidwood looking for some support from Mitch Jenkins. Puts the arms up beautifully, looking for Fuller, but goes to Grigg. Grigg, the look-away handball. McWaters, usually a good user. I've said it the last 2 weeks, and it's gone out of bounds. Hartland.
Maybe the Squid was just listening to a bit of music to pump him up at half-time. Might have been the Cold Chisel East album. He's doing the Jimmy Barnes headband stop.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking real tough. So half that. So boundary throw in. 2 minutes gone. 9-9 Lobethal, Mount Barker 2-9. Here's Henry Bruce. Just grimacing there. He's got the handball away on the left. Mitch Jenkins. Oh, Jenkins! Good work. Cut the ball off in front of an incoming Hay. And they get around him.
So Mount Barker needing a good start, understatement to the second half. So trail by the 42-point margin. Braidwood been very good in ruck, taps the ball forward. Here's tried to improvise was Peter Banton. Here's Timmy Jenkins showing a bit of pace. Haven't seen him move that quickly since he got the word the Candy Kittens are in town. As the ball gets out here. Clearing kick there to Jarrett Hallahan. And Mitch Jenkins just chopping off nicely. Hay down there on his haunches for Mount Barker in the left of the picture. Hopefully he's all right as chips up the line and taken by Fuller in front of a pretty good packed crowd here at the moment at Blackwood. beautiful conditions. Comes back here to Mitch Jenkins. He'll go right across goal to the outer side. He's got two out there. It's Timmy Jenkins who's everywhere. The tractor takes the ball, gives it back to the Sheriff. Has a simple. Oh, Elliott, what's he doing there? Good enough to get out of it as he handballs to the run of the bandaged Jimmy Barnes lookalike, Bjorn Borg lookalike, McEnroe lookalike, and Giorgio.
Yep, he got the ball forward. There's a little bit of fumbling going on across the half forward here. I think that was Collins. Meantime, the Roos, G-Banger Grouch got it onto Callens. He kicks it towards the outer side wings. Looks like hay off the ground at the moment. So kick forward there by the Roos. Ethan Bell dropped what he should have taken. Mopping up with Matt Fuller.
Just out of camera view there, but down on his haunches and wow, looks in a little bit of trouble.
Grouch, meantime, on the left boot, kicks it towards the half-forward line. Coming out at full tilt was Callens. Slot it, goal, desperately needed by the Roos, and it's a goal. It's Nixon. And to say that was needed, Jaden, would be an understatement.
Yeah, you're right. 5 inside 50s already from Mount Barker in, the first 4 minutes. The Lobethal haven't got one, so it's almost opposite of what happened in the last quarter, Goldie. But despite that, Mount Barker are losing the kicking count, but great start by the Roos. They definitely had to respond, so well done to them. So was it 11 kicks to Lobethal, 8 kicks to Mount Barker, handballs 11 handballs to Lobethal, but 3 to Mount Barker. So well done by the Roos. They're not giving up here, boys.
So they've reduced it back to 6 straight kicks, which is a positive, as we said. Coming off the ground there, Callum Hay.
I think it's fancy dress day here, Pistols.
Just testing
There's all sorts of people dressed up here today.
His legacy came off, so that could be a bit of a negative to start this last time. His going through, good interception there as Grouch trying to go through. Riley just steals the ball away. Brute Street gets a bit of a Barry the Barrel effort forward. Going down to ground level there is Heartland. Held in there.
Yep, he's got it.
So there we can see, just in the corner right, as the drink boy will run right in front of it. Good work. Right on cue is Callum Hay. The drink boy getting confirmed.
Peter Bampton, free kick.
So just chasing to head trainer Freddie Harford there, Callum Hay. So not happy with it. But anyway, back with the live action is called by Goldie, Peter Bampton.
Yep. Kicks the ball into the pocket. Is his brother down there? Well, around the action here is Pring. And he's motored to the ground there.
Just repeating, half-time score, Country Division second semi-final for Sportel. Gamaraka 4-16 and Kangaroo at 3-6 to winner advancing straight to the big dance.
Stoppage situation. Bruce tackled.
That'll test out his elbow and shoulder.
In a bit of pain there, Henry Bruce, with that. Stoppage situation. Still in attacking 50 here for the Tigers. Roos need another one.
Oh, Baxter. It's ridden into the ground there by Riley. As we said, Kangaroo and Gamaraka, goal to difference.
Well, Peter Bampton attacking the ball. So a little bit of stop-start football here at the moment.
Looks like it's Baxter again. He's got the double whammy in successive plays. Gets up gingerly. He'll go for the ruck. Gets it down. Bampton, Bruce, was that in the back? No, says umpire Dawes, lurking. And in the meantime, he'll come in and ball it up. So, bit of an Indian arm wrestle here. Ball comes down here. Trying to burst his way through. Ball somehow finds its way forward. Coming to meet is Carter. Spins nicely. Gets the ball out here.
Bampton.
To Bampton. Capable of a bit of magic, not on this occasion. Minor score. The first score in the second half for Lobies, a minor one. As they move into 9-10 at Mount Barker, a 3-9.
Lyons got it onto field. Kick along the wing. I think that was Heartland involved. Good attack on the ball. Mitch Jenkins near Hines. They love that. Mitch Grigg takes the mark. With Timmy Jenkins barking instructions here. Is he keen to get back on? Jack Andrew on the bench as well, along with Jack Maxwell. Meantime, Grigg, thumping kick inside 50 for the Tigers. Flying across there is the skipper and Roscoe Brooks, 2012 Premiership player.
291 career games. Goldie at the moment. As we can see, Hay on screen, just waiting to come back on. So thankfully his injury problems don't appear as bad as they did.
So here's Malachi Lyons. Short pass. Roscoe Brooks just having trouble clearing the defensive 50 at the moment, Mount Barker. Lobethal in control in the qualifying final for 2022 on filming footy, and Lofty 88.9 leading 9-10 to 3-9. Squaring ball by Stafford. Drifting forward is Jenkin. That's okay. Grouch on the mark.
So, reigning Tony Lloyd Best and Fairest medalist for the Tigers, Mitch Jenkins, developing one of the premier defenders in the competition. Puts it forward, Pack flies. Good defensive ball there, following up well. There was Oric, gets out the back door to Grigg. Bit of candy, gets onto the left, puts towards the top of the square. Oh, well shepherded there. I tell you what, that could have been a miraculous result. But ball chose to bounce the other way. But good team play there. He might have been Joe Zado involved with that. Good to see him back also. Only his second A-grade game this season, Goldie. But Tigers building strength.
Lions will bring it in once again for the Roos. Kick it out. And finds Mitch Jenkin. So Jenkin. Cupkey on the mark. Short pass over the top to Mitch Grigg. Controlling the tempo at the moment, the Tigers. Congested forward line. Let's see if he can find someone in that area. Well, he goes to Peter Banton. It's going over the top of his head. Dangerous position though. Aidan Riley sliding in. It's gone through for a mosh pine behind. As Maxwell comes back on the ground shortly. Ethan Bell having a bit of a breather. Mitch Grigg coming off.
Just amazing conditions here. You can see the shadows with the sun, and considering last Saturday in winter, usually at this time of year, we've seen various ovals and finals played in bogs. Fantastic conditions out here. So high kick in front of our Corner Wild commentary spot. Ball comes over the back. Here's a chance for Hines. Grabs it. The big man hacks it forward, and I think he's going to kick it to touch. And the Academy boy right on the line signal just last touch. So the resultant free kick will be taken by the squid Alex Giorgio, as we said in the bandage noggin. So the squid, what's on offer? Kicks the ball back to the line. The target out here will be Big Braidwood. Lumbers to the front. Drops what he should have taken. Follows up strongly. Tried to tap it on a teammate. Intercepted there by Cookey, I think it was. Good work there by Callens. Gets out to Bruce. Bruce gets to a teammate who perhaps didn't really want it. So the Tigers through Pring. Got it to Maxwell. Maxwell to the loose man out wide. And honours that and finds Collins.
Collins takes the mark out of side. 11 minute gone. Third quarter. Lobethal 9-12. Mount Barker 3-9. Okay, we use this side of the ground now to Sheriff. Sweeping handball over the top to Matt Fuller. He can go bang on that left to a dangerous position. Skinner territory. Good fist. Jack Andrew front and centre. Looking for a high tackle. Laroux's desperate defence trying to hold up. Field got the handball from Henry Bruce. And it's going to be held up just in front of goal for Lobethal. Coaching staff at ground level like that.
Definite stuff by Sammy Scuds there, because he knew if that ball come out, there was 3 or 4 Tigers lurking. So ball up. Baxter gets it down once again. Scuds in the action. Good tackle on Riley. He got the handball out, but the whistle had already gone. So dangerous territory here, Goldie.
Yes, it is. About 15 metres out from Tigers' goal. Ball spills out. Cooper Luke lurking. Mitch Carter around the action as well. Mount Barker's defence just holding on.
It's got a
little bit of tunnel ball sort of stuff.
It's the atomic drop position, WWE style.
Yes. Tim Damasi. So the ball now on the edge of the goal square. Umpire Dawes throws it up. Look for some magic here from the Tigers. Here it is, Carter. Handball's out to Oric. Snap round the corner. It's a goal. Oh, touch right on the line. Lucky to get away with that one.
I was going to say that would have been a cardinal sin not to have anyone on the goal line, and Malachi Lyons just displaying experience, because spent some time down at Sturt, but Ostidas Pubis plagued him last year, but good to see back in fit this year. So Lyons brings it out, puts it out towards field. Oh, good attack on the ball by Jenkin. His Cupkey gets up the line. A bit of a fumble there from Ryan Babasi. He gets barreled for the second time in 2 weeks from a Lobethal player. Ball comes back here to...
Oh, he's grabbed his leg.
Callens, play on, it's the call. Grouch gets it to Hal, gives it a run to Macy. Got a quick kick away.
No
up
time
forward. Squid time.
Oh,
The back was the Sheriff. But in the meantime, umpire Bow is called play on. Here's Ryan Babasi. Thinks about a handball.
Oh.
And ends up with the goal.
Desperately needed that one, Jaden.
They sure did, so well done there to Mount Barker. So The inside 50 count now 6-5 in favour of Mount Barker. They hadn't got an inside 50 for a while, boys, as we watch the replay here, but well done to Mount Barker. 20 kicks to 27 in favour of Lobethal. Tackling count 15-14 in favour of Mount Barker. Handballing count 14 in favour of Lobethal. So well done to Mount Barker. We've got 34 points now, cutting back the margin. So
Back in the middle.
So back-to-back goals for the Barkaroos. Benny, perhaps some long way back, but when there's life, there's hope.
Yes. Mitch Grigg opposed to Damasi. Also on the ruck, Ethan Baxter. Ethan Baxter head-to-head with Braidwood. Riley head-to-head versus Henry Bruce. Here's Damasi. Kick forward for the Roos. Houlihan seeing it out of bounds, so that'll be a Tigers free to the Sheriff. Just around from the Roos coaching box, as we can see there in the shot. So the Sheriff kicks it along the wing. Cooper Skinner got a good mid in there from Roscoe Brooks, sees the ball out of bounds. Now Barker need another one. They trail 9-13 to 4-9 in the qualifying final for 2022. 14 minutes gone, third quarter action on Hills Football League and the Call of the Wild via Filming Footy, and we're also on Lofty 88.9 Adelaide Hills Community Radio there with Henry Bruce earning a free kick. Even though he's still favouring that left arm, he's still battling on there for the Roos and kicks it in the middle of the ground and finds the zinked one in Heartland.
So Heartland nurses up the field. So a couple of young Barkaroos there combining. Field, so he played a very good game last week and had his moments in this afternoon. So Field puts it inside the forward 50. Target there was Houlihan. Oh, DeMacy rather clumsy attack on the ball over the top there of Stafford. He's been pretty good in his return to the side this afternoon, Benny.
Of course, we'll be out at Cullington tomorrow for the elimination final, which will be Blackwood versus Radler.
So high kick, they set themselves. Oh, Baxter was the leaper. Over the top,
Luke
threads his way through.
He's
Thought about
been
giving
good.
the coach Riley. Then
Carter.
chips it nice into Carter. Here's Jack Andrew, front and centre. Handball's out to the runner. Pring, well, it's set for him. He runs into a couple of rude brick walls. Stolen out there back by Hay. Good to see him back out in the field. Looking for spaces. Howe gives it to the run there of Cupkey. Cupkey with an awkward looking kick up the line, getting back and taking the defensive mark. Timmy Jackham.
Brought up the 200 against the Raiders. Kicks the ball to centre forward. Cooper Skinner allows Zato to mark it. Good to see him back in the lineup. Kick inside 50 for the Tigers.
Clever.
And nice vision.
Maxwell.
Takes the mark there as Maxwell.
And just see when they get the ball, they already know the teammates are on the move here. If we just watch this, nearly a mark here. So it was a mark. Seeing the movement before, but just as he got it, he just knew there was another player in the movement. Kick to advantage. So Maxwell, chance for his 9th goal of the season. That's the way it's turned out. So Tigers finally getting their first goal for the second half, but just stretching that lead. So they moved to 10-13 to 4-9 on the Sport Hill scoreboard. South Australian Company, the world's leaders in scoreboard technology. So thank you very much for their support here at the Call of the Wild.
Well, Tigers got a near full strength lineup at this time of the year. Pistols is very handy. They didn't have a full strength lineup last year's final campaign, obviously losing to Urada in that preliminary final. So at the moment, they're appearing as though they're in the box seat to play Hahndorf next week in that second semi-final. And they don't mind playing Hahndorf in the second semi-final. Of course, they beat Hahndorf in the 2020 second semi-final out at Mount Barker, if I remember correctly. So in the meantime, Braidwood got the ball on there to Maxwell, kicks the ball forward. Half forward line for the Tigers once again. The Roos just under the pump, just trying to get the ball forward any way possible. Here's a chance. Nixon got it to Callens, looking for some support. He's got it from Worthley. He's got a player on in board, opts to go to the half forward line. That's not the best kick because Mitch Jenkins is the best reader in the half back line for the Tigers, and he finds the Sheriff.
So James Elliott, half back flank area. What's on offer? Reliable, underrated defender. Not in the Lobethal camp, but puts it high. Hodge takes the mark, hits the ground running, sends it back for whence
Here
it
we
came.
go.
Jenkins territory again.
Much. Oh!
Takes it at a rather crude late by Hay there. And of course the Tiger boys not happy with the treatment there. Greg coming in. So
we'll just
a
keep
little
the
bit of heat
camera
in the
on that.
kitchen there. Just keep the camera.
Oh, it's all right.
So it's sorted out. Meanwhile, Stafford with the ball.
Okay.
Out here to Timmy Jenkin. Jenkin goes forward. Here's a chance for Riley, putting in the big strides. And good diving mark. The coach takes the mark. Half forward flank. Looks like the behind the play.
Yep.
Umpire outdoors just having word to Hay.
Meantime, Aidan Riley, playing coach for the Tigers. 40 points up. Lobethal, kick towards the half forward line. Matt Fuller takes the mark. Shielding the eyes. Sunny conditions.
Don't see that often in August, late August in the hills, Goldie.
So Fuller, thumping kick to the half forward, inside 50, Carter Tree, high Carter territory. Hines down there though, and the ball.
Hines redeployed defence, Benny, the bolster.
Yep, congested possession play. Every player in the forward half of the ground for Lobethal basically, just managing to hack the ball out of the defensive 50, the Roos. McWaters. Ball's out of bounds as Andrew goes and collects the ball.
Just saw a replay that, rather late challenge. Right, Hay. Here's piece has been restored temporarily. So, boundary throw in. Hines against Braidwood. Hines trying to get the ball forward. Also in there is Bell. Locked up in a tackle there, applied by Maxwell. So once again, umpire Bell. Scott Bowe will come in and ball up. So Braidwood, the leaper. One down by Hines. Grigg. Maxwell following up. Ball pinned to him. He's held up by Bruce and Grout. So Scotty Bell into the action once again.
Just a reminder, at half time in the Country Division second semi-final, it was Gumaraka leading Kangarilla. Peter Bampton has rolled to the ground. He's earned a free kick here, Bampton. Just, chirp. There was a bit of chirp there, Pistols and Jaden.
But once again, Coach Andrew Bruce will be so frustrated that at least 2 goals, bearing in mind he's still got to kick it, but have been presented to the Tigers with just a little stupid, undisciplined play. Jade?
Yeah, correct. And Bampton now should kick this one for Lobethal.
Has kicked 13 for the year.
Yes, his dad would love that one. Double Cobra.
Just got a score from Kangarilla and Gumaraka mid-third term. It was about 10 minutes ago actually. So 5-6 Gum, Kangarilla 5-9. So ring-a-ding-ding there, boys. So the kicking count 41 to 27 in favour of Lobethal, 9 inside 50s to 8 in favour of the Tigers as well. So 19 marks to 9 in favour of Lobethal, so they're winning just about every count at the moment.
So more even term at the moment, boys. 3 plays 2. So the Tigers, can they search for another one? Grigg quickly, strength there. Taken by Luke, ridden into the ground. Here's a chance. Big Hines grabs the ball, goes bang from the centre.
Well,
I tell you what, that's what they need to inspire them. It's a big man. Great work. Need more of that, and a lot more, but still hanging in there. As we'll see that on replay, I think you'll find. Callan's good work.
That's one way of doing it.
Yeah, Big Hines said, well, here you go, from inside the centre square. Good finish by the big man, because North East Football League recruited from, and also spent some time with Central Districts in his younger days, Goldie.
So umpire Mick Taylor will throw the ball up. Hines in ruck. Fired up the big man, Braidwood. He's going to earn a free kick here, is he? Well, it's off to Massey. Greg having a bit of chat to Mick Taylor. Kick inside 50. Hay was the target. Split the pack. Ball ricochets out. Is Jamie Grouch attacking the ball ferociously, as he has all day. And
Fisher Greg just to Mickey Taylor. Come on now. Mickey says, all right.
Jill McGarry medalist, front runner also in the male medal count just this Wednesday night coming up. Ball comes out. Bampton waiting an eternity. Grouch thumps the ball out. Here's Collins for Lobethal. Just throws the ball on the boot. Instinctively looking for a teammate there in Pring. Ball players sliding in.
Maxwell and the leggings.
And it's going to be held up 70 metres out from Lobethal's goal. They're in the box seat to play Harndorf in the second semi-final next Saturday, which will be, of course, on Call of the Wild on all the streaming portals.
So 40-point margin to the Tigers here on the Sportal scoreboard. Ball comes up here out of wing. Baxter at ground level in there. Also working hard. And there was Bampton. Comes out with the ball, but in the meantime, umpire Taylor had blown the whistle, so we'll have a ball up out of wing here. Said Sun Bleach KX Pilates Blackwood Oval. Grigg with the ball, held up by DeMacy, so umpire Taylor once again will ball it up. So, up they go again. Leaper was Braidwood, the big man got down. Bruce cleverly trapped it, then lost it. Oh, threading his way through nicely there was Peter Bampton. Puts it forward.
Push out.
Push out there, paid against Benny Pring. That left shoulder strap, so Benny Pring. What's on offer? It's the eyes working. Handball's back to Grigg. Goes bang on the left, setting himself a big leap there. Going to ground was Carter. Ball held in there. Desperate work once again by the Barkaroo defence. This time Callan's involved, so Scott Bow will ball it up.
24 minutes gone. 40 points to margin. Inside 50 here for the Tigers. Lobethal through Malachi Lyons. Clears the ball out of defence. Good fist there from the Sheriff. Good crumbing from Collins. How's the vision? 1, 2. Almost marked there by Skinner. Once again, Callens mopping up into defensive 50. Finds Worthley. So Mount Barker.
It's getting a bit ginger in the top of the screen, Goldie. You just see,
Collins, is it? Oh, Cooper Skinner. Meantime, oh, high. Went up high. Field tries to flick it on. In fact, that was not Field. It's a bit bigger than Field. That's Ethan Baxter. So just around from us here. 25 minutes gone.
You can see he's running out of tarmac on the shot there. Boundary line shot, so ball up.
Worthley coming off the ground. Straight into the action is Dale Payne. Callens around the action. Good tackle there on Matt Fuller by Henry Bruce. So umpire Bruce Dawes. Cooper Skinner coming off the ground. Here's Callens. Snaps the ball around the corner for the Roos. Inside 50 for them. They have 5 goals.
Pull
in the
ahead.
boot. Now they have 6. Dale Payne outside of the boot. Nice setup. Nice goal. Very, very important goal, Jaden.
Sure was. So 33 kicks now to Mount Barker. That was their 12th inside 50 as well. So well done to them. Their tackling pressure's been pretty good, boys. 32 tackles to 23 as well. So handballing count 23 to 22 in favour of Lobethal there. So, but Mount Barker winning the inside 50 count, 12 to 11, and yeah, it was at 34 points now. So well done to them, getting a much needed goal.
And they've won this quarter, Pistols, with 4 goals to 2.
Absolutely. So that's the positives as they head towards 3/4 time, and address from Coach Andrew Bruce. So you see wonderful conditions here in Blackwood in the Adelaide Hills for the qualifying final. Sun that drenched the ground, shadows from the players. It's said remarkable here in the last Saturday in August, given some of the conditions we've been used to in previous years. But the weather gods are smiling upon us. But at the moment, the football gods are smiling on the Tigers as they lead 79 to 45. Ball goes forward here, taken by Alex Giorgio. Of course, plenty of experience in Nord and also Melbourne.
Tigers captain this year.
Absolutely. So can he lead them to the promised land? Haven't been there since 20 years ago, Goldie, as the ball goes across. Finds McWaters. McWaters out wide to Timmy the Tractor out wide, so Jenkin nurses the ball forward. Good possession football as he finds Jacob Collins.
Collins inboard. Jenkin. Clock ticking down. Kick inside 50. Peter Bampton. The ball was touched, so he couldn't play on. He couldn't have the shot. Snap round the corner. That's a mark. So the Tigers will have another shot at goal here. The Maxwell tied on the boundary line at the 27-minute mark. Might as well have a shot.
Kick one or this quarter, Goldie.
Right to the goal line, is it? Zato over the top. Ball hits the deck. Carter sniffing. Where's the other Crummins? Well, Henry Bruce picks the ball up for Mount Barker. Just blazes the ball out of defence nicely. Giorgio will come in, though. Aidan Riley went one way then the other. Patiently finds Matt Fuller. And he might be a shot here, Pistols, I reckon.
He thought about giving it off. Lucky enough he held it off because the siren is gone. So he will have the opportunity here to kick his second goal of the game and 12th.
They're telling him to go with Torp.
So Fuller, see what he can produce. He's kicked 16 for the season. So right behind him.
He's got it, and it's come off.
Just going to drop short. Oh, looks like Houlihan attempting to spoil that has actually hurt himself. You can see he's down on haunches. It's James Davis, unfortunately, no. But down in the goal square, there's genuine concern for Houlihan, their key forward, is down. I wonder if we can get a look at that again, or perhaps get the camera down on him. He's in all sorts at the moment. As the Lobethal players just gathering there. As we'll just pan back, you can see, yeah, down in all sorts there, being consoled by his teammate there, but it just doesn't look good for Jordan Houlihan as he affected that spoil. I tell you, maybe that could have disastrous consequences for not only the rest of this game, but the rest of their finals campaign. It's Jordan Houlihan not in a good way at the moment, so we wish him all the best there. Hopefully it's nothing too serious as we just get the replay of that. If we can go back to the last, virtually last kick of the game, if we can go back a bit further. Tomia. Yes, from this kick, so Fuller has the mark. I'll just see the impact. So Fuller, the siren is gone. Goldie's called him for the
Watch
top.
Houlihan.
So
Need the
Houlihan,
pen. We need
receiving
the
long
pen pistol.
sleeves. And the aqua boots.
Play with the long sleeve.
He comes from the side, from the right, leaps, gets the fist to the ball, bang, straight away. So shoulder. Collarbone, shoulder. So, bit of drama here. On 3/4 time, thankfully, you can see him at the left of screen just walking back. So, hopefully, not as bad as what we thought it was. So, 3/4 time, Lobethal Tigers 11-13, leading Mount Barker 6-9 here in the Quarter Wild. Back with more shortly. Welcome back here, KX Pilates Blackwood Oval, 3/4 time, Hills Football League Division 1 qualifying final. It's the Lobethal Tigers seemingly have booked a spot in the next week's second semi-final. They lead 11-13-79, Mount Barker 6-9-45. Rue's been kept in a huddle here, as you can see from ace cameraman James Davis all over it. Andrew Bruce, the coach, just, telling the boys what's required. As 3/4 time, and I tell you what, you can't get much closer than this. Country Division, that second semi-final. Winner, of course, going into the grand final. Kangarilla 5-13, Gumaraka 6-8. And if my Scott Creek College Advanced Education maths are right, J&J, 44 points apiece. So all tied up 3/4 time.
Like you said, ring ding ding.
Wow.
So that should be a great last quarter there at Kersbrook. I'll just clarify, I said at half time, so local score of 63 was the second highest half-time score in a qualifying final. Blackwood scored 77 points back in 2011. So well done to Mount Barker there. They won the third quarter, 13 inside 50s to 11. Should be a cracking contest, boys, as we're about to get underway here with Mick Taylor throwing the ball up.
And we'll start at Jordan Houlihan, starting the final term on the interchange bench after that last spoiling attempt with the shoulder. So we'll keep an eye on him. Meantime, Ruse up against it now. Henry Bruce kicks it towards the half-forward line. McWaters slaps it on cleverly to Mitch Jenkin. He's set upon by a couple of Ruse. Here's DeMasi, tried to get a little handball out. Riley, one way then the other. interception there. Hay coming through. He's got a Rouge player over the top in Ethan Bell. Callens, but umpire Mick Taylor says it's a throw, and it'll go to Mick Waters here, and he's got big Jimmy Braidwood out here on the half-back flank, but goes to Mitch Jenkins.
So, Mitchy Jenkins, as you said, the reigning best and first. Dog of the day in the background, Goldie.
What is that?
Labby Retriever.
Yep.
So, up they go, nurses up the line. Cooper Skinner has been very effective this afternoon. Takes a mark. So what's it offer for Skinner? Decides to go short across the line.
He's
Back
been
to
also
Mitchy
effective.
Jenkins. So they're just knocking up the stats. So Mitchy Jenkins. What's the bet? No, I thought he was going back to Skinner. But Fuller. So Matty Fuller just brought another element to his game this year, Goldie, injury free, and playing across that half-back flank, been very good for the Tigers so far. High ball off hands from Lyons, looks for support there. Field chips it across. Dangerous territory. Oh, could that have been in danger? No, umpire comes to Riley in the centre of the ground, gives it to Stafford. He's set upon by DeMacy. And holding the ball is the call. So right in the centre of the ground, the free kick goes to Tim DeMacy.
Well, the story we've heard, Pistol, is sides over recent weeks that have beaten Lobethal, Nan and Mount Lofty is that intense pressure around the contest has got the job done. Today, though, the Tigers.
I tell you, this is similar to the Call of the Wild game we did out the Summit earlier in the year when they played off. And Lobie just too good on that occasion. I know we did them last week and it was only 7 point, but this is more in line with that first meeting we did earlier in the year. Oh, big fly there.
Yeah, Baxter.
By Baxter.
He handles over the top to Callens. Bruce carrying that shoulder, but it's done a tremendous job, or the elbow I should say. Kick forward. Hay to target. Probably could have put the mitts up. Meantime, Grigg. Snap around the corner towards the outer side. He says to Peter Bampton, go and run for it. How's the bounce? Well, it didn't really favour him. It's going to go to Worthley. Bampton harassing, and he's given away a free kick in the meantime to Worthley, and he'll have the ball out of side wing. 3 minutes gone, final quarter, and it's 34-point margin for Lobethal.
So, ball flick forward here. Well, it's it for him. Bell, haven't seen a lot of him this afternoon. Oh, it looks like it might have been taken high in that attack on the ball. So
Jordan Houlihan
Ethan
still on
Bell.
the interchange bench.
So Ethan Bell. We spent some time with Port Adelaide in the Sandford ranks, I think. Goldie,
Paint.
a few years
Oh,
ago,
no.
puts the ball forward.
Callens.
Sammy
Brilliant.
Callens.
Okay.
Class showing there, and why not? Dual Murphy medalist for Mount Barker, best and first, and Sammy Callens getting his first of the afternoon.
Up against it, the Roos, but they're still hanging in there, Jaden. Of course, they
Sure.
outscored Lobethal in that third term, 4-2.
Yeah.
And now they've kicked 5 of the last 7.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, great coming work by Callens there. First inside 50 for any team for the quarter. So well done to Mount Barker. 28 points the margin, not beyond them. So interesting to see what the centre clearance does here and see if Mount Barker can bring their momentum back into the contest here.
So it'll be Baxter up against Braden, the two young leapers. Jimmy Braden, impressive season back. Of course, spent some time at Sturt.
Of course, we're on Filming Footy YouTube and Lofty 88.9, Adelaide Hills Community Radio there.
So Braden gets it down to Riley. Ball spills out. Here's Peter Bampton. Searches out to Cooper Luke. Has time to get a high kick away. Target up there was Maxwell. Couldn't take the mark, but racks up an opponent in Heartland in a good tackle. So it was Pring. So umpire Mickey Taylor will come in the ball up. So inside the 50-metre arc. Doing the ruck work is Skinner. Got it down. Grouch. Ground level gets out to Bruce. His kick is smothered there by Peter Bampton. Comes out to Wortley. Quick hands out wide. Finds Field. Tried to thread his way.
Oh,
Ball
Jack
went
Andrew.
taken by Jack Bampton. Oh, really a great goal there through persistent effort. Minor score raised. First behind in the final term for the Tigers. So move on to 11-14. 7-9 on the Sportal scoreboard.
Yes. Oh, good mark. Big Baxter. Good period for the Roos. Hay takes the mark. Kick in the middle of the ground. Ryan Babasi played into lead. Kicks the ball on the left to Hines. They're starting to use it nicely here, the Roos. Are they a chance? Kick inside 50. Payne territory. Fist there comes from the Sheriff. Works the ball nicely out of the fence towards the boundary line. It'll be a race in 2. Matty Fuller versus Ryan Babasi. Where's the ball now? It's just dribbled a little bit further for the Tigers. Here's a chance for Stafford. Off he goes. Loves a run. Kicks the ball along the wing towards the half-forward line. 2-on-1 situation. Good use of the body there by Seth Hartland. Enables Callens to mop up in defence, and he finds a teammate there in field. Starting to click here to Roos Pistols.
Yeah, they must think there's another few quarters to go as it comes out into the veteran and Grouch. There's up the line. Gave his teammate there in Hallahan a tough contract. Coming in hard with Grouch and getting made up for it. Well done. Here's Hallahan again, the boy from Shepparton. Goes backwards, gives to Hay. He's not going to leave there.
Oh, Peter Bampton.
Peter Bampton and Riley. A little bit of push and shove. Riley just having a slide grin on his face. As you see, Grouch. Well, they're not organised on the boundaries. Kupke finally comes on the interchange. Meanwhile, the ball back here is Callens. Tries to thread his way clear. Gets a handball out wide to Bruce. Still running with that injury. Puts it back here. Taylor for Mitchie Jenkins. Could have taken the mark. Gets that into Elliott. Handball over the top to McWaters. Finds space. Waters round the corners. Wortley closed. Gets the ball out wide. No man's land. Bouncing ball. Perhaps the lady in the seat will get a possession here. It's kept in. Grouch up the line, but done as far as Matty Fuller.
He just says, calm it down, lads. 7 minutes gone, final term. Lovely looking dog there in the background. 29 minutes gone. Kick along the outer side wing. Baxter went up with one mid. Ball sits the deck. The Roos are getting some good forward momentum here. Lyons gets it to Marcy. Marcy looks for a laser-like pass to Ethan Bell. Nice work by Cooper Luke. Good tackle as well. Coming through there at full head of steam. Looked like Malachi Lyons, but in the meantime it will be Henry Bruce, who's had a great game despite nursing that elbow. So Bruce, kick inside 50. Hines territory. It's 2-on-1. Houlihan off the ground at the moment with the injury from three-quarter time. Ryan Babasi starting to click here. Roos. Field. Managed to get the handball to himself. Did nicely. Harassing around the contest there was Hallahan. And a flying shot at goal right to the line. Toe poke through. That's got to be held up.
Looks like a bit of action, and you'll see a couple of hours later at Adelaide Oval in the rugby union test, trying to make the try line there. Ball held up. So the umpire will come and ball up. Umpire Scott Bow, right nearly over the line. So
need a crummer.
Braidwood, Hines flicks it back.
Callens.
Hit by Callens, he can do something special. Oh!
It's got it.
Yes, he does.
Well done, son.
Consecutive goals to Callens, consecutive goals to the Roos, and just maybe a little bit of sniff, Benny.
7 of the last 9 goals, Jaden.
Yeah, going well at the moment. 18 kicks to 11, 5 inside 50s to 2. So Mount Barker haven't won last quarter in the last 2 finals. So, but they're going well at the moment. 12 handballs to 8 as well. So, and just early score in the last quarter. Kangarilla 5-14-44. Gamaraka 7-9-51. So early in the last quarter there, boys.
So Gum just in front by a few points. That make it. Alrighty. So back in the middle, Pistols. Lobethal 11-14. Mount Barker 8-9. They've got a 23-point margin. One more here for the Roos, and they'll start to believe. Callens. He's had a great game. How's the kick? Well, it's not too bad. It's got the half forward. McWaters mops up defence. Kicks the ball out towards the outer side line. Here's Lyons. Just seem to have a bit more energy here at the moment, the Roos. Pop over pass. They're running forward with plenty of confidence. Grouch. Kick in towards centre half forward. Hines will be the target. Brings it to ground level nicely. Ryan Babasi. He's got his tail up. Riley. He finds a teammate here in Zato, and the Tigers can just have some time here to regroup. Dominant first half from them, but Mount Barker having a lot of momentum here, Pistols. Here's Hay. He's got a player on in Ethan Bell. Oh, it hasn't come off.
Mitch Jenkins, Cooper Luke getting up a little bit sore off that challenge from Hay. Ball comes across. Here's Stafford. Oh, good work there. Hines gets back to Howe. Roos has Goldie said.
In the back.
Nixon.
Not paid.
Ground level. Pig dog style. Leading by example, the coach, the boy from Illawarra.
Well, Mitch Griggs off the ground at the moment. Jack Bampton as well for the Tigers.
And you're right, just that pressure being applied now by the Roos, just looking a little bit
High tackle.
on Bruce.
This will
From
bring
Mitch
it
Jenkins.
back.
Just looking a little bit, I wouldn't say fragile, but perhaps a few cracks.
This is to bring it back to 16 points. Is that
As I
right?
said
17
before,
points.
not unbeatable.
Greg coming back on the ground. Peter Bampton and Zato coming off. So Jack Bampton coming on for his brother Peter. Zato off. Greg on.
So-
This is a crucial kick.
Yep, Henry Bruce, 20 for the season. And obviously you get to kick a goal in this game. So
Plenty of time if he gets this.
absolutely, only 10 expired, 11, sorry. So here he comes, Henry Bruce.
Ooh.
You can tell by the reaction, the enthusiasm wasn't there, but they hold the ball in the forward area, anything's possible. As the bandaged squid Alex Giorgio gets set to bring the ball back in. As I said, plenty of experience.
This has snuck up on us a bit, this
Has
margin.
indeed. So, ball comes out. Big leap by Baxter, went too early. Over the back is Wortley. Gathers it, looks for support. Has to do it on his own, then gets one out here towards Heflin. Here's Cooper,
Oh!
Cooper Luke.
Hyper, almost
who has
hyper,
recovered.
yeah, he's done.
Going back is Baxter.
Is that cramp or is that a hyperextension?
I don't know, he's not in a good Heartland.
Calf?
We hope so. As he's a bit of hopscotch action there, as he might be able to get that on the side
Yeah, he
cameras. You
is.
can see. Hopefully, just not wanting to put any pressure on that left foot. Hopefully, it's okay. Comes back to Cooper Luke.
Doesn't
Sweeps
look
back
good.
a handball to the Stafford. Under pressure, gets a high kick forward. Cooper Skinner. Oh, the back. Good mark taken by Lyons for the Roos.
Up against it, the Roos, but they're playing good football in the second half. 2 players down at the moment. Houlihan's off as well.
Oh,
Meantime,
Side
ball
barrel.
comes out. Here's Hay.
Scuds.
Sorry.
Lookalikes.
Scuds kicks the ball outside the boot. Finds a
mini
teammate
me.
there in Cupkey. Cupkey goes further afield to Ryan Babasi. They are running full head of steam, confidence here at the moment, the Roos. Finds Henry Bruce. They have got all the
On
momentum.
his own.
Kicks the ball outside.
Howe.
Half forward. Howe brings the ball to ground level. Grouch gets the ball out to Howe. Worthley's
Oh.
on.
Ball.
Peter Bampton just riding him there.
Umpire
Scott
Scott
Bowe
Bell
says, "I'll
had a
have
good
it."
look at it, but oh,
Can we get the camera just quickly, Tommy? Just having, I reckon it's severe cramp.
could
Mind
well
you,
be right.
I'm not very good at the calling the injuries.
There's some magnesium, you reckon, Goldie?
Yeah, that's the key. Magnesium.
Close to the boundary line, in fact, out over the line.
Slight concerns here for the Tigers Pistols. 22 points.
Hopefully, don't call for the knee brace, Goldie. Will know it'll be something serious, as we know your powers of medical observation. It's
Oh,
he
Fendorf.
runs into a brick wall, and
That's
Jack
a-
Bampton's come off second best. The little man's up though. Ball comes high, big leaper back
It's
there.
a mark. It's a mark.
Tell you, Payne was trying to steal it, but holding his ground in front. I think this is
This has
Nixon.
snuck up on us. Gradually but surely, Mount Barker have got them right. Fendorf, that's lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, but just watch this as it comes, and Payne went for
taken
the
it?
leap, but Nixon in front.
Nixon. Okay, this is big.
I tell you what, this could be Watergate. There's a few leaks in the Tigers' defence.
Just to bring it back under 3 goals, and he's kicked it. They are right back in this final. Qualifying final 2022, Mount Barker bring the margin back under 3 goals. 16 points the margin. They have kicked 3 unanswered goals in this term. 7 of the last 9 goals. Is that right? Yep, 7 of the last.
Considering
Some of the
they
last 9.
trail by 42 points, 9-9 to 2-9 at half time, Goldie. Certainly all the momentum as you brought up. They've kicked only 2 goals added to the Tigers, 7 for the Barker Roos. So, game on here.
Roos 2 players down on the bench.
So,
Still fighting and right in the hunt. Midway
just
through
like
the
you
term.
check, Jane, Mount Barker's actually finals record. Hasn't been too flash in recent times.
No.
About the total gains one, but they're certainly fighting this one. Who knows? Miracles. Can you believe in it? This ball comes out here. Once again, fighting. Jackie Bampton, good to see he's recovered. Tigers at ground level.
This would be incredible if they get up from this position, being
Well,
7 goals
They've
down.
been the master of the close finishes in the Quarter Wild in recent weeks.
Well, we're a couple
In
of
fact,
goals
last
from
time
that.
we were here, it was a close one because Dan Bremer and Blackwood. So, ball held in there. Desperate stuff now by the Tigers. Next goal could win the game as Maxwell gets a ball in the face.
I tell you, one more. And
One
then
more.
We're on. We are on.
Righto. So, here we go. Braidwood gets it down for the Tigers, busting his way through his Callums. Shadowed there by Grigg, makes sure he's going nowhere. So right on the edge of the centre square, umpire doors will recommence play.
One more. The Roos are surging. I'll say it. Here we go. Worthley got it on to Callens and he set upon immediately in a crucial tackle.
Yeah.
By Peter Bampton, who's had a big game.
He was tackled in before he got the ball on that occasion, Jade. So
Well, the Roos slightly moved the ball forward along the interchange wing. Grigg on the right boot just slams it forward out towards Skinner territory. Lyons, good work. And they get around him. 16 minutes gone, 16 points to margin.
Henry Bruce just getting the calves there massaged.
And further afield we can see Jordan Houlihan. Looks like he won't play any further part in the game after that attempted spoil on three-quarter time.
Has played it, Mickey Taylor. Yes. Callens, free kick, holding.
Inspiring second half here from Mount Barker. Callens. One of the last two best and fairest for the Roos. They finished third. Hines. The big man. Got them going really with that long kick in the middle of the ground. Since then, up and about. Worthley finds Payne. He's got some players on the outer side. Got to take the mark. And Dars under enormous pressure. That could be 50 as well.
Scuds.
No need to go on with it. You earned the 50.
Yes. Stood his ground well, Scuds. He knew the cavalry was coming. And rightly so, a 50-metre penalty there, Goldie. So,
Tell you what, boys, this will be Mount Barker's 11th inside 50.
That's Brady Dorr.
Brady Dorr.
And Lobethal's only had 2, so...
So, Scuds.
Hey!
Hey, it's the target. Hey, you. He grabs it off, fumbles it. Grigg just shrugs off, gets a hairball whack to another hard nut. And Grigg comes
Lucky.
back here.
They're on though.
I think you find this is Pring, edge of the cricket pitch. Just content to slow the ball down.
18 minutes gone.
Goes backwards. Finds Peter Bampton. So a bit of experience from some of the past SNFL players starting to sneak into the camp here. The Tigers puts the ball well, it's set for Fuller. Another one of experience. Just, a bit of candy there. So he got onto his left foot, puts it forward. Here's Carter. Goes to the ground under pressure. Play on. Socket forward by Cooper Skinner.
Nice.
Now the Barkaroos defence under pressure. They realise can see the goal here. It could be all over Red Rover. Ball comes back here. Lines. Up the line.
Good mark.
2 bites taken by Timmy the Tractor Jacker.
Need a settler, the Tigers. But they're starting to settle over the last couple of minutes. Peter Bampton. Experience coming to the fore. So, from outside 50 is Bampton. Long, strong, inside 50. Big pack. Almost a big mark there by Hines. Ball spills out. And it'll be a stoppage just near the goals here for the Tigers. Oh, good to see. Pistols, Houlihan, and also Seth Hartland look like they're going to come back on the ground, or at least they're up mobile to give this final maybe few minutes a bit of a burst for the Roos. In the meantime, it's in the other end of the ground, and here's a chance for Mount Barker on the counter attack. Lovely pass out of defence. Pistols taken by Hallen, and they can move the ball on the wing.
Yeah, the boy from Shep puts it forward. Here's Giorgio. Just pushes his opponent out.
Oh!
Up by Scott Bow on the spot. So that was a legal move by the squid, Giorgio. So Giorgio puts it back. He's got leader Grigg.
Good work.
Over his head. Here's Bruce, who we saw just come back on the ground. Puts it forward.
Oh!
One.
What a collision.
That's bowling alley stuff. Looks like the sheriff's
in
down.
all sorts.
Takes a lot to keep him down. Giorgio lurking, grabs the ball, sweeping handball out to find space. Will it bounce for Fuller? Yes.
Henry Bruce
gets
with the
forward.
wing.
Clever handball into centre field. Overcooks it. Here's a chance for Nixon. Gives it back to Collins.
They're playing
Quick little hands out here to field.
They're
It's set for
playing
Worthley.
football.
Finish the goal off. Round the corner.
They are up and about.
He has. Great passage of football from both sides.
The Sheriff's coming off.
Elliott.
The Sheriff is going to come off here. Pistols, he's not in a good shape as well. And
Worthley.
they have absolutely, in the powering here, Jaden, they've kicked, what is that now? 8 of the last 9 goals. 8 of the last 10? 8 of the last 10.
In this quarter, they've kicked 4-1 to 1 behind. So
They
as
are
goals
charging.
success,
They
that
are
just
on you,
shows
aren't they?
the momentum change here. So a bit of worried
Sheriff's
looks
in all
here
sorts.
on the bench for the Tigers. So 11-14-80. plays Mount Barker 10-10-70 on the Sportal scoreboard, considering that at one stage they trailed by 7 goals.
This is unbelievable. One more, and they're within a goal. Meantime, Greg, here's Grouch. Absolutely up and about. Callens to Grouch. Kicks the ball half forward line. Who wants it?
Field.
Well, the ball's
Ryan
bobbling
Babasi.
around. Ethan Field. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm losing my words here. Pistols forward. Here's Jack Bampton. He goes in board to his brother Peter. Nita Settler. Hines over the top. Good mark, though, and it's taken by Maxwell outside 50.
So Maxwell already a goal kicker for the Tigers, and boy, do they need one now.
Oh, he's going for line.
He's just kicked it straight down the throat of Lyons. Lyons gets this as a dangerous kick. It's got
Oh,
to set
it's a confident
the
kick as well.
Good enough to get out of it. Corridor gets the handball out wide to Scuds. He's got time to have a look. Field. Little dinky kick out wide. Finds a teammate there and Field.
It's theirs if they want it, Mount Barker. They are all over them at the
been
moment.
made. So back to Scuds who's run on. So outer wing area. So about 5 or 6 minutes left in this contest. Chips it nicely to Ryan Babasi. Interleague player early in the season, the young man. Certainly cutting the mustard well in A-grade football. Chips it wide. Here's the big man, Hines.
Grouch is all by
He's
himself.
certainly left it here. He's seen him, puts it out to Grouch. Squint's got 3 to go against
Oh,
one.
huge.
Gets the ball
Huge.
down. Taken away. Here
He's
goes
gone.
Grouch.
Oh, he's just
Collins.
got the kick away.
Manages to get it. Forward pocket area. It's an open paddock. Foot races on. Cooper Skinner against Field.
Big
Ball
play
out
by
over the boundary
Giorgio.
line. So
Huge
looks like
play
last
from-
touch. So by Ethan Field to bring the ball back in front of the crowded pavilion. No doubt the fingernails are getting shorter there, Goldie.
5 minutes left. Oh, Carter says thanks very much. I'll take that. Now, Lobethal are working the interchange bench over overtime here. Kick inside 50. Jack Andrews around it, but Malachi Lyon, what a game. So Lyons from defensive 50 kicks the ball out towards the halfback flank. Hines, they're within 10 points. Hines kicks the ball forward. No one's down there. Or Dale Payne
They've
over
got
the back.
they've got a
Ethan
goal.
Bell.
They've got a goal from this entry.
And he holds it up, does he? Or he flicks it out. The ball pops out. Skinner, Riley variety. McWaters pops the ball out. And here's a teammate in Matty Fuller.
They'll take all the time in the world.
Whoa. Just hanging on at the moment, Lobethal.
And they've stopped dead in the second half.
2 goals in the second half.
Have not scored
to 8.
a goal since the 20-minute mark of the third term. Only 1 point addition to their score in this term. So Greg, plenty of experience there, puts up the line. Finds Peter Bampton, his past Nord teammate. So Bampton goes further afield. Big leap there by Carter. Oh, going to ground
Play
there.
it down. Henry Bruce is
Bruce.
really battling on.
Sorry,
Was that Malachi
Lyons.
Lyon? Sorry.
So plenty of sore bodies out there.
Can't afford another injury. He's in a world of pain there.
Hope he's all right. So Carter doing the ruck work. Ball comes down now. Desperation, hands and knees by Riley. Gets out to Fuller on the left. Puts it forward. Oh, attempted mark there by Skinner. Ball out of bounds on the full as he went to take it. So resultant free kick will be boarded back in by Ethan Field right next to the behind post. Quickly they need the ball up the other end. It's just short of 24 minutes as he gets it across to Sammy Callens.
Maybe a couple of minutes left. Callens kicks the ball out. Looking for a teammate here in the big man in Cupkey. Meantime, oh, hello. Ball's flicking on. Good to see that Hartland's back out there. Here's Lyons. Okay, they're on here if they use it well. Damasi's got to go over the top, and he does. Finds Halloran. He can have a bounce. He can have a shot at goal. He does. He kicks it. Payne's going to mark it, is he? No. Oh, Houlihan. Oh, hit the post.
No, you can see the look on the coaching box and the training staff.
Houlihan in a world of pain down there, but almost kicked the goal to bring it back to a goal.
Golden opportunity, goes begging.
Wow. They're just hanging on, Lobethal,
So,
leading by 9
9-point
points.
margin.
Sheriff keen to come back on the ground. So Fuller brings the ball out right to the Lobethal interchange bench. Big Hines is inspired. Pump it long, they say, and he does. Who's down there? Houlihan with one arm. Jenkin brings it to ground level, dangerously. Looking for some support. Giorgio flicks it on. They're going to get out of this one. McWaters kicks it along the wing. 1-on-1 contest. Tigers could go coast to coast here. Ulrich Zato over the top to Collins, just has to pick it up. He's under pressure looking for some support. Oric on the left, snap round the corner, and at least they got the ball down the other end of the ground. And
There it is! Simon's gone!
Whoa. Lobethal are through to the second semi, but what an inspired second half from Mount Barker. Look at both sides, absolutely have given it everything they've got.
So, 10-point margin.
Unbelievable.
Great game of footy in a qualifying final, which at half-time looked dead and buried, Benny.
Yes.
And as you said, that second half, Mount Barker turning it on, kicking 8 goals to 2, and just falling behind at the final sign by 10 points. As I said, they were 42 points down at half-time, even three-quarter time, 34 points. So not quite able to do the Houdini. Coach Andrew Bruce will no doubt be asking, why couldn't we do this for the entire game? But anyway, that's the fluctuating fortunes of footy. That's Jaden J. Hill.
Hard to call, Pistols. Who's he gone for?
Had the hard job of picking the most effective player on the ground. But yeah, there are plenty of effective players out there today. Perhaps not, hard to pick the outstanding players, but all very effective in the heat of finals footy.
Well, that was on.
But I'm sure he's picked up a...
Oh, he's gone with his mate. Okay.
I'm sure he's picked out someone. So without further ado, and no doubt he'll take us through it, while he picked him down to Jaden J. Hill.
Here with James Braidwood. Well done, mate. Here's a beanie. Well done on the win. Bit of a scare there at the end, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit scary. But luckily we got over the line.
Just take us through the game. Obviously dominated in the ruck in the first half, and your team dominated in the first half as well. Just take us through what the chat was at half time and three-quarter time, mate.
Yeah, we're pretty up and about. We did really have a good first half, and we just wanted to bring it into the second half. Had a bit of a scare though in that last quarter. Yeah.
And just take us through, was there much talk during the week about Lobethal's recent finals form, obviously making the grand final back in 2020? Was there any chat about that? Obviously a few players in the team, or?
Yeah, we just had a bit of a chat about, our past failures and, what we got to do to, get to that grand final. Unlucky last year against Rayla, but yeah, I think we've got some good players and good form, so I think we'll go all the way.
Just take us through your footy, mate. How is it tapping it down to Aidan Riley and Mitch Grigg and the likes? Just take us through your year, mate.
Yeah, I don't really have to tap it that well for them to get it, but yeah, it's been great having them in the midfield. And Cooper Luke as well, Peter Bampton, just got a real strong midfield.
Yep, and just take us through your footy as well, obviously through juniors and then back at Lobethal Sturt as well, mate.
Yeah, back at Lobie. I came to Lobie in 2016, I reckon. Played all my juniors at Torrens Valley before that. Had a bit of a stint at Sturt and then come back to Lobie this year.
Yeah, and just take us through, mate, what do you reckon the message is going to be during the week? Obviously you played Harndorf in the semi-final in 2020, got over the line. Just take us through, and obviously just going down to Harndorf on both occasions this year, just take us through what the feeling is like during the week, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon we just have a lot of chat about, knowing that we can beat them. We've been unlucky the past couple of times, but I think if we just lift our spirits and, believe that we can win, I think we can get over the line.
Awesome. Well, great job, mate. Well done on the win, and good luck for next week as well. Well done. That's you guys.
Thank you very much there to Jaden J. Hill, and the most effective player judged by our Dartfish panel in Jimmy Braidwood, and did a power of work in the ruck, and as I said, Benny, there was finals heat, but Jimmy, certainly gave him first use of the ball.
Yeah, we're just looking at the Roos players at the moment. Pistol staying out on the ovals. I mean, what would the message be from Coach Andrew Bruce as he has a bit of a chat to the players right now? That was an incredible second half from them.
As we said, wanted to take them 3 quarters to get started.
Yeah.
As we run through the game, 4-3 to 1-6 at quarter time, a 15-point lead to the Tigers. They opened it up with a sensational second quarter where they kicked 5 goals to 1. They led 9-9 to 2-9, so 42-point margin. And then even at three-quarter time, the Roos started to rattle home, but they're still 34 points in arrears. 11-13 to 6-9. And then the final siren, 11-14, so Tigers have added one behind. Barker Roos 10-11, 71, so 10-point margin. Jaden Joe.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it?
Any major in the stats in the second half that you can pick that up?
Well, the inside 50s, 16-10 to Mount Barker in the last quarter, where it was 13-11 in the third quarter. But like in the first quarter it was 13-12 in favour of Lobethal inside 50. Second quarter in favour of Lobethal 18-8, and then just flipped on its head. 13-11 in favour of Mount Barker in the third quarter. Fourth quarter 16-10 in the last quarter. So I guess inside 50 count just flipped on its head really. And 60 kicks to 39 in the last quarter from Mount Barker. So obviously they had a chat at three-quarter time, trying to get their boys up and about and take it on. Yeah, nothing to lose really. So well done to them. Unfortunately fell short on their behalf, but look, a great effort. 28 marks to 19 in favour of Mount Barker in that quarter. Handballing count 23-22 in favour of Mount Barker as well. So a gallant effort, but congratulations to Lobethal to get the win and play Harndorf next week. And yeah, it'd be interesting. It's a rematch of the 2020 semi-final at Mount Barker where Lobethal got over the line. So that'll be an interesting contest, boys.
We'll get engaged next week about the Tigers, obviously. First half was, that was equally as impressive as Mount Barker's second half.
And for Sportal, we can bring you second semi-final country division. Gamaraka 7-13 have defeated Kangarilla 5-14, 11-point margin to Northern Magpies.
There you go.
Benny, so
Maggie Pie will be happy.
Maggie Pie will, so of course won the flag in 2019.
At Macclesfield Oval as well.
Well, there you go. Yes. So
they'll be back at Mackie Oval.
Yes, so they broke a 35-year drought. So
they've beaten Gamaraka three times this year now.
Yeah,
they've beaten Kangarilla
3 out of 4. Yeah. And also, as we said, Kangarilla might have premised last year, so you just think there might be a little bit of Twilight Zone as they perhaps face the prospect of being eliminated in straight sets, but we'll see how that plays out next week, of course. Now, just looking at the leading goal kickers on the ground.
Great game, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, great game of footy, as they always are on the Call of the Wild. For Lobethal, leading goal kickers Carter with 3, Mitch Grigg 2, Riley with 2. Singles to Jack Bampton, Fuller, Maxwell and Peter Bampton, and repeating, didn't kick a goal in the last quarter, only 2 behinds. For Mount Barker in their brave effort as they rattled home on a wet sail, one that was very soggy, I'd suggest. Callens 2, Payne 2, Nixon 2, and singles to Houlihan. Trustee's all right, comes up all right. Ryan Babasi, Hines and Worthley. So, as you said, just falling short at the end, 11-14 to 10-11.
Well,
so 10-point margin.
Conceivably could have been under a goal with a minute or so left. They had a couple of chances there.
Dropping the ball.
And the Iron Fist in Giorgio just cutting off a forward entry. So, of course, the Roos will play the winner of tomorrow's elimination final, which is Blackwood up against Urada at Callington.
Looking very much forward to that as we'll pack up the trailer and head east down the freeway to the Bremer River Plains and Callington. Elimination final clash between Urada districts and Blackwood. And could be, travel time for
Tomia. Pistols got some ideas for Tomia.
We've got some idea for Tomia, so take you to, you'll love Callington. You haven't lived unless you've been to Callington, Tomia, so.
Well, he's going to be living tomorrow.
He will, indeed. Living the dream as we are.
Good weather.
And hopefully you've been, as you've enjoyed our coverage today of the qualifying final. Great game of footy, particularly in the last term.
Wow.
As the Roos have come from the clouds and just fallen short, 11-14 to 10-11. So we're going to thank our media sponsors, of course, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dart, Fish, and the Hills League sponsors, Police Credit Union, West End, Sharon, Courier Newspaper, Sports Power, Rossdale Homes, MAC Road Safety, and of course our exclusive sponsor, the Quarter Wild coverage throughout the final series, and those wonderful people at Closey's. They do a good job, don't they, Jaden?
Oh, we sure do. Yes.
We?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we sure do.
And of course, Sportel, the little SA company leading the world in scoreboard technology. So
Now,
yes.
Tommy, have we got some imagery to thank our man upstairs? Not today. We'll have that tomorrow.
we'll have that. Now, the man that it's the unsung hero, the unseen hero.
Yeah.
Because James Davis does fantastic work each week and working overtime this weekend. So we thank him for his good work. And of course, Tommy over here in the corner does all the right things and makes Benny Goldfinch and
Absolute
myself
magician.
Look very good. All right, boys, we've got a chance for you to go home and have a little bit of what's on the cards tonight, Jaden? You've got to have an ice bath, get the rehab going for tomorrow?
Do some stats research for tomorrow, I reckon, and watch the rugby, I reckon, too. So
Of course.
yes, watch the Wallabies against the Springboks, I guess. So you just an early tip for tomorrow, boys. Radler and Blackwood. What do you reckon?
Oh, I think you're right.
Weather will be good.
Yeah.
I think Blackwood, as I'll bring out a stat tomorrow for Blackwood, haven't been too good in elimination finals in recent years. And interestingly, Benny, after they won that 2017 premiership, they've had to play in just about the following year's elimination finals. So, anyway, so a little bit of action there. But
And also, thanks very much, obviously, to Lofty 88.9,
Yes,
Adelaide Hills
trust
Community
I've
Radio
enjoyed
there
it.
for...
nothing better if you're out in the
Simulcast.
garden, lovely hills day,
Great shows.
doing the gardening, you listen to the call with the local footy.
Yep.
And whatever. And also thank everyone who's tuned in on filming footy. Had a little bit of trouble with the Facebook streaming, but hopefully we'll rectify that. Technical issues, but at least we got it out there
All ironing it out.
on YouTube. And trust you've enjoyed it worldwide. And as we said, tomorrow we'll be back out there tomorrow for Callington, because the last outing for one of those teams, your rated districts or black. And we look forward to bringing you all the action. As said, live stream once again from around 2 p.m. for our Sunday session. So without further ado, well done to Benny Goldfinch, well done to Jaden J. Pistol signing off. Thanks for watching us on Film and Footy.
Tommy,
Keep
thanks very
chasing your
much.
goals, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. Hey, show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. And well, that's the thing about to my favorite